Good morning. I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The first round of the NFL draft took place in Pittsburgh last night. 4 Buckeyes got selected last night, including a historic 3 defenders in the top 11 picks. But it was an offensive player who was first off the board for Ohio State.
With the 4th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State.
Arvell Reese was off the board with the very next pick to the Giants, followed by Sonny Styles going 7th overall to the Commanders. Caleb Downs went to the Cowboys at pick number 11. The Cleveland Cavaliers lost to Toronto in Game 3 of their first-round matchup, 126-104. Game 4 is on Sunday. This update is sponsored by Ramos Roofing. Request your free roof or exterior assessment today at ramosroofingohio.com. Ramos Roofing, reliable, local, built right.
Breakfast time!
Hello, welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis. Can I take your order?
Just want a little breakfast.
Hey, you want some crabs? Because I got some of them.
Get ready to drive through the intersection of football, food, and fun. Come on, Joe! Featuring producer Dylan.
Who are the 5 best rappers of all time?
Special guests.
You serious?
And you. Wake up.
For what?
It's time for T-Bone and Tyvis.
Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Football Friday. It's T-Bone and Tyvis. Good morning, go to hell. And a special good morning and go to hell to you, Tyvis, pal. How are we feeling today?
We're doing well. We're doing well? We're doing well.
This sounds like a player after like 4 quarters where you got just the entire game, just couldn't stop the run. And then they ask you afterwards, how are you feeling after the game? Like, we're doing fine. We're okay. We'll be fine. We'll flush it.
This is one of those things
We're
that
going to work through it.
My lack of sleep is irrelevant because I owe the fans a great show.
You do owe the fans a great show.
I'm going to deliver.
You do owe the fans a great show.
You know what you owed yourself?
What?
He's Mr. PTO.
Oh, that was that was non-negotiable. That was not going to
3-day weekend, Tyvis? Could have happened.
Nah, I think I was kind of banned from that, to be honest with you.
What do you mean banned from PTO?
I don't think that they was going. It's too big of a day to take PTO and take off. So
I mean, it's your time to use. I'm just saying.
yeah, it's my time to use, but
I mean, I want you here
after big draft.
I want you here.
I don't think that's ideal.
Yes, of course. I want to know what you have to say about it. But the issue is, last night, for those who don't know, if you were listening to the fans' coverage of the draft, you heard Tyvis on all that coverage because you were doing that from Cleveland. Because this is such an impactful and important draft for the Cleveland Browns that the Cleveland Browns radio network could not dare to let you just sit in the studio here remotely and talk about it. Couldn't let that happen.
Had to be there.
Got to be there in person, even though they're not in Pittsburgh. They're in Cleveland. The draft is happening in Pittsburgh. You could have been here.
Well, there was a lot of interviews. You know what I just missed?
What'd you just
miss? I just missed Todd Monken.
Oh, they were going to talk to Todd Monken?
Well, he came on the show, but like as I was leaving, because he was like, I'm letting you leave at 11. So as I was walking out, he was walking in to do the interview. So I was like, I got to meet him.
I actually have some of his interview if you'd like me to play it.
I like being stroked.
There you go. So you missed it, but that's what it was. And there you go. Now we have it all, so we're good. By the way, Tyvis, I have a special gift for you to start the show off. I didn't tell you I was getting you this. I got you a little present. I even wrapped it in paper towels.
This is cute.
But go ahead and open that up and see what I got you there. That's for you.
A Monster Zero sugar.
Oh, and now listen. It's not just any Monster. It's the premium. It's a zero. No. It's a zero. But it's all you need to know about Monsters is it a zero and what color is the can?
It's
and
white.
And let me tell you, the white Monsters.
The whites are good.
Yeah, the whites are good.
That is the elite of the elite Monsters right there. That is
wait a minute, you're a Monster drinker?
Oh, I drink Monsters. I love Monsters.
Dylan, are you a Monster drinker?
No. I don't do drugs.
The whites are good.
I'm just saying.
These doesn't work though.
Tell me today if it works, because you're usually not this tired as you are today. I'm saying that, and in fact, I even got you. Here's a little koozie for you. This is featuring all my favorite musical the genres of musical.
Metalcore, mathcore, deathcore, grindcore.
Yeah, I got that from one of my favorite record labels. They sent that to me when I bought some albums. So there you go. Now you have a koozie for it. You're good. So whenever you need that, It's in reserve for whenever you decide I need a little pick me up.
I'm a professional.
That's fine.
I don't need no pick me up. I am the pick me up.
That's a PED, T-Bone.
Tyvis, did you ever hit the smelling salts once in your career? Did you ever go for those smelling salts?
Smellers saw every game.
Okay, that's all this is. This is a little smelling salts. That's how the normal people get through.
This ain't the salt. I tell you that. If I hit the salt, boy, I'd get up and do the funky chicken up here.
I tell you, you've never had a white monster then.
Yeah, the whites are good.
I'm telling you, that one is the one to get. If you're ever in a store and you're like, I don't know, should I go with the watermelon one? Should I go with the orange one? The purple one? No, go right for that one.
This is the best one.
That's the best one.
If you're so convinced it doesn't work, I say we do an experiment. You just chug it right now.
Yeah, it'll do. It has no effect, and it's not going to kick in at all.
Exactly.
You don't even need it. Right. And I'm not worried about your heart or anything because I mean you did pre-workout. I'm quite sure back in the day.
I did not.
Oh yeah, you did. Come on.
Pre-workout. No.
If you did pre-workout, this will put that to shame. That's what I'm telling you. This is legit. All right. So plenty of draft conversation today, as you know. We can get into the Brown stuff a little bit. What do you make of the two picks, Tyvis? Offensive line first. They go with well, you know what? I could just let Roger Goodell tell you.
With the 9th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Spencer Fano, tackle, Utah.
All right. So Spencer Fano, you like the pick?
I mean,
just say no, Tyvis.
Did I like the pick? Okay, so this is how I feel. This is how I've rationalized it. Is that I wanted them to stay at 6 and pick.
Same.
I know Carnell Tate was gone. I don't know how they felt about the Carnell Tate, but I wanted them to take a receiver because we knew that those guys would go fast.
Mm-hmm.
And when they traded back, I was like, well, that's the end of that.
No, and then who went off the board before they could pick with the
Carnell
Saints?
Tate went 4, and then Jordan Tyson went 8th.
with the Saints.
So when they did that, I knew, all right, the reports was that there was going to be a run at the offensive tackle from 10 to 14, right? They're going to go boom, 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 boom. So to me, what happened was the Browns must have went into this draft and was like, we're taking Spencer Fano no matter what, right?
Yeah.
And I think that at 6, since the Chiefs was like, no, we'll trade you a third to come up there and get that, they probably was like, well, we're going to take Spencer no matter what. So if you want to come get him at 6, or you want to trade us from 6 to 9, he's still going to be there. And I think that going to 9 ensured them that they would get their first pick at who they thought was the best tackle. And they went with Spencer. And for multiple reasons, obviously, they say he's the best athletically wise. He's great in space. He's going back to left tackle. Ty Monkey made that very clear. I got to talk to him on the phone, and he was very passionate and very hyped up about it. So I think the pick, it to me, what it is that it's a project because everybody's scarred about Jed Wills. Jed Wills was a right tackle that got switched to left tackle. Mm-hmm. And to me, I was talking to Ken and Nathan yesterday, and I was telling them George Warhop is the most important guy in this building. And really, because
George Warhop is the offensive line coach that came with Todd Monken.
Correct.
Am I wrong?
Yeah. He was in Cleveland before, left to go to Baltimore, and now he's coming back.
Okay.
But he's being tasked with this huge project of we want this guy to be the franchise left tackle. So, I mean, when you look at all that, I was like, it's not a bad pick because you get to pick whoever you want as an offensive tackle, if that's what you were going to do to complete your offensive line. So I wasn't all the way mad about that one. Where I got upset was the fact that they let Philadelphia come up and trade to get Mekhi Lemon when they could have easily made that trade. They traded 2/4 for him. And I'm like, y'all could have just gave up the third that you just traded for. You could have traded that right back up and got in front of Pittsburgh and got Mekhi Lemon. If you're going to take a receiver like this, a slot guy, but they do say they're going to put him on the outside, so we'll see. But that was the only thing that I was frustrated about.
Well, instead they didn't get Mekhi Lemon, as you said. This is who they got.
With the 24th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Casey Concepcion, wide receiver, Texas A&M.
Okay. And look, here's what Andrew Berry said. This is I have so many thoughts about this, but I want to let Andrew Berry speak first. This is what he had to say about Casey Concepcion.
I'd say it was a bonus, more than anything, because it's certainly great if you can get the ball in playmakers' hand in a variety of ways. It allows you to be more explosive as a team, allows you to score more points, but also being realistic that, if you look at former, let's say, high pick receivers, whether it's Deshaun Jackson back in the day, Des Bryant early in his career, usually at some point they probably play their way off of that. So it's not necessarily bankable for their entire career, but with Casey, it certainly was an added bonus.
This is about Casey Concepcion being the best punt returner in the draft. And it's I don't care about best punt returner in the draft. Get a guy off the street to do that. I need the best wide receiver in this draft. You had it. Now, maybe you couldn't get Carnell Tate, but you could have gotten any of the other guys that were there at 6 if you wanted to. And I don't understand this strategy at all, because I don't like the idea that what they do all the time is say, I'm going to let the universe dictate what we get. You were bad enough to get the 6th pick. You put the fans through all this crap. Oh no, but we can trade back 3 spots and get a 3rd and a 5th, and great. At some point, I want you to stand there and actually make the pick and get a weapon that is not a question mark. Casey Concepcion was not anywhere. There was no debate about him being the best wide receiver in this draft. Was there?
No.
Of all the other guys that were talked about,
no, it was a big 3.
Yes, him. It was Carnell Tate, Tyson, and Lemon. Those are your guys.
It's just the reason that this one is bad is because Makai Lemon was there for the taking. You could have got one of the best top 3 guys in the draft. And now, to me, because they were drafted so close, you're going to compare the careers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're going to compare.
You're going to look at Makai Lemon and KC and see who was the better one.
Yeah.
And it's just if
if
Makai Lemon goes on to be what everybody thinks he's going to be, it's a shame.
Well, more thoughts on this. The Browns draft. Did they get it right? We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Friday to you. The road's looking pretty easy out there. No crashes or slowdowns to report as of right now. A live look over on our southeast Columbus area, 70 in both directions at James Road, flowing just nicely out there. And for our friends in Delaware County, looking pretty good on 23 south between 36 and 270. That will take you about 11 minutes for your commute. 71 south in that area will take you about 9 minutes. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Our yoga instructor challenged us to find inner peace. I found it faster than anyone. After 4 seconds, I stood up and screamed, "I found Nirvana! I win!" They asked me to leave. I guess they don't respect winning. Bet365 does, though. New customers get $200 in bonus bets just for betting $10. Namaste, losers. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
This spring, take a break from interest with 0% financing for up to 60 months on new 2026 Tucsons. 0%. Go now, Columbus or Dublin or GLakesHyundai.com. With Proof Credit ends 4/30.
What's up? It's Matty Ice. Shed those winter blues and spring into a brand new 2026 Chevrolet Trax at McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion. This month, you can lease a 26 Trax for as low as $179 a month for 36 months with $3,998 due at signing, or purchase for as low as $315 a month for 84 months with just $1,000 due at signing. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details. McDaniel GM Superstore just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Parents, are your teens good with money?
No.
Switch to Huntington Bank and let's teach them. They get their own card, which they can add to their digital wallet, and you can monitor and set spending limits. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications that top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify. including VA benefits.
Hey, it's Bo Bishop here. You've heard me talk about High Bank Spirits, but the food is just as good. Brunch worth planning your weekend around. Seasonal dinners perfect for date night or game night. Plus, kids eat half off every Monday. Find menus and locations at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, folks, it's game day, and the betting's going to be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right. You got to pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We will start off the morning with a few clouds and wake up temperatures in the 50s. And then this afternoon, mostly sunny, breezy, and warm with highs in the mid to low 80s. As we go into the evening, we do have a chance of showers and thunderstorms developing. Otherwise, mostly cloudy to cloudy skies with lows around 60. And then for Saturday, isolated chances of showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy to partly sunny with highs in the low 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
We're your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah? The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis Powell helped the Buckeyes win a national championship. T-Bone watched Tyvis Powell help the Buckeyes win a national championship. Equally important, you're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
I know I have the reputation for being super negative about everything, and I'm just always mad. I'm always angry. But, like, if I sat down with you and walked you through all of my positions on the things that frustrate me about sports, I think most people would see it my way. I'm not coming to this from a sense of I just want to hate on the Browns. I don't. Like, I'm sitting there. I told you yesterday what I would have done. If I'm sitting there at 6 and you've got a chance to do one of two things. Either get the best wide receiver you can, and if I was hoping Carnell Tate was there at 6. He obviously was not. Good for him. He was the first Buckeye taken, number 4 overall.
You know
fantastic.
Why? You know why he
him.
wasn't there at 6?
Why is that?
It's because Jeremiah Love went 3rd to the Cardinals. That's when the draft started.
That changed everything.
It did.
It?
If they would have taken Narville, if they would have taken Narville Reese, then Titans would have took Jeremiah Love, and there you go.
Yeah.
He would have had. But I think that's why, to me, I kept saying the draft starts at 3 with the Cardinals because I have no idea where they're going with it.
Yeah. Now, if you didn't stay up and watch the draft,
shame on you. You're a quitter.
Same, by the way. I didn't stay up and watch this. I had to get up I got up at like 3:30 this morning. I'm not staying up for that.
Not
no
dedicated.
Way.
I watched the first.
I watched like the first 10 picks is what I saw.
First 11 picks. Wanted to see the 4 Buckeyes get picked, and I was like, I'm done with this. My girl was like, don't you need to watch the draft? I said, what difference does it make if I see it on a graphic tomorrow morning or I watch it get picked live?
That's right. It is the ultimate.
You know what that is?
It is the ultimate. This could have been an email. This is a meeting that could have been an email.
This is the biggest loser talk I've ever heard in my life.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Y'all ain't dedicated to the craft, man.
It's not loser talk. Stop it.
I think Bone was done after he saw the Browns pick their first pick.
No, he said that. He said he heard Caleb Downs' name.
I did hear Caleb Downs. Actually, I saw a few things. So I saw this from Francis Mauanoa, who the Giants took with their second pick at 10, offensive tackle who is from Miami. He was asked about, what do you have to say to your new quarterback, Jackson Dart? You're obviously going to be tasked with protecting him. And here's what he said.
I'll die about this, man. Man, I'm ready to die for you, man. I know a lot of things has happened, bro, but I'm ready to die for you, bro.
My wife saw that. We're laying in bed. She saw that. She looked over at me and said, your side of the gender spectrum is wild. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's on our side. That's on the male side over there.
You know what's interesting is that every tackle says that. You remember the last person I remember that said that of significance was a guy by the name of Jed Wills. He was like, you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about that side.
He was killed. So that's it. Like
his career
is dead, like completely dead. So there you go.
So I don't put any stock into that.
No, I don't either. So here's your top. In case you slept through all this, you didn't see any of it. Obviously, Fernando Mendoza went one to the Raiders. David Bailey was the one that we talked about this yesterday that we thought he was going to end up going number 2, Texas Tech defensive edge rusher that he ended up going to the Jets, even though there was a lot of smoke about Arvell Reese. It changed in the last couple days, and David Bailey ended up being the pick there. Jeremiah Love, like you said, from Notre Dame, running back, 3 to the Cardinals. Carnell Tate from the Buckeyes going 4 to Tennessee. So now he's got there's a quarterback there that can throw you the football. Let's see if he can make him pay, see if he can do it. Cam Ward, I'm sure, was very excited about that. Arvell Reese at 5 to the Giants. Mansour Delane was kind of the surprise. That's where the Chiefs traded up with the Browns to get the pick at 6. Corner from LSU.
Which they had to do, because if they didn't, I think Washington would have done that.
Well, and instead,
they needed a corner as well.
Commanders did not end up doing that. They take Sonny Styles at 7. Jordan Tyson, Arizona State, goes at 8 to the Saints, wide receiver. And then, as you know, the Browns took Spencer Fano at number 9 from your favorite university, the University of Utah. Just a place where they pump out football players left and right, Tyvis. You love Utah. So it's a great pick by them.
Utah's been a mountain time zone dynasty since the Urban Meyer days.
When you put the spotlight on the Utah players, man, they just so good. They don't ever wilt in those big moments.
Like I said, because I'm a Browns fan and employee, I have to give it a shot.
Well, we all have to give it a shot, but we can all sit here and say this is real. Look,
it's so
Spencer
funny.
Fano is a guy, if you don't know the knock on him, the knock is he's a powerful guy, he's strong, he's all those things. However, he doesn't have great technique. He often gets, if you do a double move on him, he loses his footing and can be out of place very quickly. He often has to set up wide because he gets beat to the wide side, which allows him to be susceptible to double moves. And he weighs barely 300 pounds, and he's 6'6". They said in college that was a bit of a problem for him. When you get to the NFL, you are going to definitely have a problem if you are not a little bit bigger than that. So is he going to put on weight? I don't know. But, like, the Browns seem to like him. This was their number 1 guy. There are plenty of knocks on all the offensive linemen that came out in this, right? Also, arm length is a thing with Spencer Fano that everybody's worried about. He also has T-Rex arms. So apparently Miami just likes to, or no, he went to Utah. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Francis Mauanoa, who was Miami. But that's another guy who's had a first-round grade on him with short arms like Ruben Bay. So that's who the Browns took at 9.
Like I said, to me, it's a project. Obviously, he's going from right tackle back to left tackle. He's played right. He said he played left tackle at Utah when he first got there. The only reason he made the switch is because the team needed him to make the switch. Yeah. So that's why he played right tackle. But he said he has no issue going back to left tackle. He said, obviously, it's just about kick sliding and things like that. He's very passionate, very hungry for it. So we'll see. We'll see. I wanted a playmaker on offense. I mean, you look at Casey Concepcion, he's obviously dynamic. He's great with the ball in his hands. He got great releases. He's fast. You got all of those things. And they said they're going to play him on the outside. I thought he would be a slot, but they said no. Ty said he's going to put him on the outside to start. So,
okay.
It's going to be interesting to see. I got to see it. I have to see it first. I have to see it.
He's under 6 feet tall. He is quick off the line, but everybody, again, I'm not telling you this from my own eyeballs. I'm telling you
is a thing now, because this is a league that everybody presses. So
right.
if you can't get your hands on him and he beats you off the line, you playing catch up for the rest of the route.
Here's the problem, though.
It could work for him.
He has two major flaws to his game.
That he drops the ball?
He has a 9% drop rate. All the other guys that were taken in the first round, drop rates under 3%. So, like, he's the only one with, 1 out of 10 passes basically going to him, 1 out of 11 passes going to him are going to get dropped. At least they have in college. And that was with not as good defensive coverage. The other issue is with him, he's quick off the line, but then when you have deeper routes, he gets caught up to. His top-end speed is not great. So does he make guys miss? Yes. Can he catch the ball consistently in a league where everybody is trying to take your head off or whatever you're allowed to do these days? That's a big question mark. The reality is there seemed to be a clear path for what the Browns should have done, which was either at 6, take a wide receiver that you know is a playmaker that looks like he has very minimal flaws to his game, and there were 3 of those guys. They passed on that to get a 3rd-round pick and a 5th-round pick, right? And instead they moved back to get a tackle that, yes, everyone says was their number 1 tackle on the board, but this was a draft where there was no consistent, clear number 1 guy at tackle. Everyone said all these guys have flaws. So they opted out of the wide receiver market at 6 to go into the flawed tackle market at 9. And in return, yay, they get a 3rd-round pick and a 5th-round pick. For me, that's not enough. And I'm sorry. I hate trading back because the Browns always do this. They go, well, we could get more picks for this year or next year or down the road and blah, blah, blah. Yes, but when do those picks end up being good? When do we actually get a team that's great? When does that happen?
Since the Browns have came back in 99, they've drafted now 3 wide receivers in the first round. It's only been 3.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who the other 2 are?
One of them was what? Am I wrong? One of them was a guy from Michigan, if I'm not mistaken.
Braylon Edwards.
Yes.
Corey Coleman.
And Corey Coleman. And Casey Concepcion. That is our 3 only receivers that have been drafted in the first round since 99.
I'm just saying, why not? And like we say, we have spent last 2 months.
All of them had catching problems.
We have spent the last 2 months, have we not, talking about how bad and dumb a lot of these draft projections can be. It may be that Casey Concepcion is the best guy out of the group, but when
that's what we hoping for now.
But when we watched him play in college, and again, I take a lot of stock out of what I see on a college football field. I don't as much care about what you do with your 40 times at the combine and all that crap. But like when you watch him play college football, yes, he has some explosive moments, but he is a guy who is prone to drops. And I don't think that. Have the Browns ever had a problem with wide receivers who have a problem with dropping the football?
Braylon Edwards, Greg Little,
Jerry Jeudy.
Like they got him now on the roster. Like it's just if we could just get guys who catch the football, man, our quarterbacks aren't as bad as you think. They put the ball in the right spots. Sometimes these guys don't make plays. That has been a narrative that I remember having when I was in high school with this team. Let alone now. I would like it to change at some point. I really would.
You wanted them to get a wide receiver 1.
Did they get that?
It doesn't seem.
No, it doesn't seem
Seems
like that.
They got a bunch of 2s.
And an offensive lineman they got that again.
And you could have had.
You got a guy that has to convert from right tackle back to left tackle, and we'll see if he can do that at the NFL level. Hopefully he can. But it was not a great tackle market. Would we say that? In the draft, this first round?
Was it a great tackle market?
There was not like a guy who you're like, man, that guy could go number 2 or number 1 overall if it wasn't for that quarterback.
No.
There was no one like that in this draft.
That's why the Browns traded from 6 to 9, because it's like 6 is too high to take a tackle.
Right. So maybe don't be in the market for a tackle there. And just, you spend a lot of money on it. Let's see if that offensive line could help. You can still work on figuring out your left tackle spot at some point. It's not going to be a fixed system overnight, but instead, I just don't like this strategy. But everyone is celebrating today because the Browns stuck to their strategy. They executed their plan. Yes, but what if their plan is made by idiots? Did anybody ever think of that? Maybe that's the problem. All right. We'll have more discussion about that. We haven't even really talked about where the Buckeyes have gone. We'll get into all that as well. But there's a story in sports yesterday that the powers that be tried to bury this story yesterday, and we're not going to let it happen. We're going to give this thing our full attention in 2 minutes. I'll tell you what it is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
A heads up for those that live in Delaware County. A portion of 71 in that northbound direction is officially reopened between Polaris Parkway and US 36 by Sunbury. We've been telling about it all week long after they were doing some bridge beam installations out there. Again, the weekend should look fine for that portion, that stretch of the road, but keep in mind the project will return starting Monday night at 11. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hop into savings this spring with Ohio Mulch. For a limited time, save $100 on home delivery at ohiomulch.com. What sets Ohio Mulch apart? Premium pine bark mulch made from southern pine, long-lasting and perfect for hydrangeas and azaleas. Better mulch, better results. Ohio Mulch.
It always seems to happen at the worst time. You're finally in bed after a long, hard day, and then you hear it. You sit up, heart sinking. Is that coming from the ceiling? All of a sudden, it's a middle of the night flashlight hunt to find the leak. But don't worry, Newman Roofing has you covered, literally. With more than 3 decades in the business, we've seen just about everything a storm can throw at a roof. Our teams know how to spot the problem, explain your options, and fix it right the first time, with craftsmanship and care you can feel good about. We're not just here for a quick patch job, and we never will be. We're here to make sure your home stays protected season after season. So when it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, choose the company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
It's 2026, the year you achieve your health goals. The Good Feet store wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, they are trying to bury this, and I don't like it. Yesterday, did you see who gave a press conference at 7:15 p.m.? The draft, of course, the first pick was at 8 o'clock. 45 minutes before, did you see who gave a press conference?
I'm trying to figure out why he gave the press conference. Mike Vrabel did.
Yeah, he did.
He addressed the world, didn't he?
Who is Mike Vrabel is, unlike Sharon Moore, he's not criminally horny. He's just stupidly horny to a point that makes no sense. So the latest on this story is we knew about him and Diana Rossini being in Arizona at the luxury spa resort. Sedona specifically is where they were. And then the pictures came out and everyone's like, oh, that kind of looks, that doesn't look good. Then remember they both put out the statements of like, this is laughable and doesn't even need to be addressed. This is so absurd that you guys are connecting dots. We're just two friends who happen to be at a hotel and we saw each other and that's it. Nothing more to see.
The funniest part of it all is that she spent days denying it.
Days.
And he came out. He basically came out, yeah, we did it.
He came out and said, not only did we do it, but I've been having so much sex, I got to see a doctor. I got to go to therapy. I'm having so much sex right now. Like, this is an absurd 90-degree, 180, awaken 180. I don't know. They did something. They got a lot going there, all right? So now she's been thrown under the bus, basically, after they had this coordinated effort where they were going to keep their stories straight. Now Vrabel's like, never mind, I can't survive
what
this.
What are you talking? His pictures from 6 years ago.
So
what are you supposed to do?
That's the latest thing, right? Is now you've got whoever had these photos.
Said they thought it was Vrabel's wife.
Right. And clearly not, because this is photos from a bar in New York City 6 years ago. This is, am I wrong? Pre-pandemic?
Yeah, I think it was New Year's 2020. I want to say.
God. I said this.
No, we didn't know what COVID was when these two were apparently hanging out in a seemingly romantic way. If you haven't seen these photos,
it was a kiss. Given.
There's a kiss
romantic,
on the lips.
I don't think is the word I'd use.
Okay, but you understand. At the very least, it was the two of them were very cozy with each other. She's got like her knees in between his legs as they're sitting at the bar. That's the pose of people who are interested in more. And
Who among us hasn't sat knee to knee with a friend of theirs?
Tyvis and I are going to recreate all these photos. No.
This was.
Don't worry.
I mean, this is yesterday, boy. This was
those photos.
It was a. So it was a doozy, John. I was playing Call of Duty with Sherm as all this was going on, and we just sit there just laughing at it because it's just like. The Michael thing is the Michael tweet is the funniest one of all.
Do you have the tweet up that Diana Rossini sent? Because I forgot to pull it up. But here, essentially what happened is the timeline is this. That photo from New York was taken before she got married to her current husband.
Correct.
If the timelines are all to be understood correct, that would have been, like you said, probably from New Year's Eve or New Year's, whatever it was, in New York City in 2020. She got married 6 months after that. She got married 6 months after that. She had a kid in 2021, and that kid's name
is Michael.
Michael. God, that seems
Yeah, here's the tweet. Keep looking at my almost 4-day-old son Michael while trying to figure out who are the best Michaels to ever play and coach in the NFL.
And coach. If she just said play, maybe, but coach.
It got so bad that she deleted Twitter last night.
Oh, she had to. Do we know what was the date on that tweet? Do we have the date on that tweet? Because it was in 2021.
August 11th, 2021.
All right, so this kid was born. Yeah.
Sheesh.
So, again, you know what? In fairness to her, like, when the initial photos, the New York stuff happens, right? Like the photos that we're talking about yesterday, she wasn't married at that point. She wasn't. I mean, maybe they were engaged, but she wasn't married.
Like you say that like that's
it's still bad. But Vrabel's been married since 1999. They were just celebrating their 20th anniversary, and then he's out doing that. So that's not great.
Yeah.
Then the photos come out, and by the way, I have to believe the husband must have had at least some of these photos. Maybe not that one, but he had to have some of these other photos. Like, and he's just been waiting to get all this out.
There's no way.
PI.
There's no way he can like stick around.
Oh no, that's her whole life is falling apart. Vrabel's trying to salvage his marriage and everything else. I'm quite
like
sure.
You gotta There's no way.
This is all
There's like the public perception. I mean, is
right,
boy.
So then Mike Vrabel yesterday tries to get in. He speaks again yesterday and says that he's not going to be around for the draft tomorrow, day 3 of the draft, which is rounds 4 through 7.
Yes,
won't be there. He said my previous actions don't meet the standard that I hold myself to. They don't. What I believe is best for the 2 most important things in my life, my family and this football team, is for us to take the necessary steps to work together and give them what I told them I'd give them, which is the best version of me, and that's what we're going to do. He went on to talk about accountability, and I just want to point out that I don't know that I would call it accountability when you literally won't say what you're being held accountable for, where everything he says is like, I'm not the best version of myself. I've let people down. Doing what, Mike? What was the thing you did? I'd rather not talk about that. Do we want to take questions from the media? No, I also don't want to do that. So we're not really taking accountability. We're trying to not have the next 6 months of your life at press conferences be about this. But assuming he doesn't give any more press conferences today,
Braves.
the next time he's on the docket to speak would not be until May 27th would be the next press conference that Mike Vrabel would have. So
hey, I was talking. So yesterday, as I'm working with Ken Carmen, he says, "Man, I feel bad for her," and I looked at Ken. I said, "Ken, you got to be kidding me, right? If this was one of those things where like you slipped up one time."
Yeah.
You know, maybe you just had too much to drink and you slipped up and it was a one-time mistake type thing.
Or if it was like maybe you flirted, some photos got taken and you said, I can't do this, and you left.
This
and
been
now
going on for 6 years.
Yeah,
he said. He goes, yeah, you're right about that. I don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad for this guy at all. So I feel bad for his family. I feel bad for her family, her husband, those kids, for both sets of parents' kids. I know the Vrabel's kids are much older, but that still sucks to see your dad out there. Your mom's probably in tears. This sucks.
You seen what Stephon Diggs did? He said, "Hold my beer."
I guess.
Let me teach you something.
I'm wondering if Travion Henderson's got any Bible verses queued up for this one, because I think this might be the time to talk about some dens of iniquity or whatever you want to get into.
So these photos were actually taken March 11th, the first shutdown lockdowns in this country 2020 was March 19th, so like a week before the country got shut down.
God.
But
Great
we have
time.
some breaking news. We have leaked audio from an episode of filming of Maury.
In the case of 4-year-old Mike Vrabel, you are the father.
I told you, Mike.
I'm telling you right now, if that happened, put him on the show. Ooh-wee. You opening up a can of worms if you do that. Oh, my goodness.
I know we've got some country music happening down at the Shoe this weekend, but there was actually a country song written about this, too. So, yeah. Tough times for Mike Vrabel. It is not the OK Corral for him and Diana Rossini. Enjoy a little musical interlude.
Arizona heat turned up high, cozy little dinner by candlelight. She said, "You out here for the view?" He said, "Ma'am, I'm out here for you." She said she was looking for a source. He said, "Off the record, of course." Started talking about the quarterback. Next thing you know, they were in the sack. Sedona, Sedona, great place to rendezvous. Sedona, Sedona, just friends hanging by the pool. Head coach looking for a tight end. Reporter who needs a new boyfriend. Sedona, Sedona, I want to make a legal contact with you.
There you go. A little bit of country music for you this morning. We'll come back. We've got to probably send some people to jail over what's going on in the world of soccer. We'll get back to NFL draft stuff, too. That's next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Friday. Right now, we are seeing our first crash of the morning. A New Albany strikes again. It's happening on 161 eastbound, passing New Albany Road. The right lane is blocked. Seeing some delays out there, down to 33 miles per hour as you get closer towards this site, but not too bad. Just keep in mind, we are seeing a little bit of traffic out there as you're heading closer towards that 161 and 62 intersection. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, or struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At Tri-State Men's Health, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Feature therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Common Man here for GoGermain.com. I have been telling you about my friends at Germain for a long time, and it's because they bring the goods. And right now, you get $3,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event. Yes, cue the trumpets. Nearly 4,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, plus an extra $3,000 on your trade means your budget goes further. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Get started now at GoGermain.com.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. I love my Kubota tractor, RTV, and zero-turn I got from Green & Sons, and you can check them out online at greenandsons.com or visit them in store in Mount Sterling or north of Marysville in Raymond for all your Kubota needs.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Let me ask you something. When's the last time a contractor did exactly what they said they would? On time, on budget, didn't give you any surprises at the end. With Bats R Us, there are no surprises. These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. On time, on budget. And here's the difference with Bats R Us. They have local crews, never subcontracted. The people who show up to your door, they're trained Bats R Us employees. They aren't just some random crew that got hired last week and has no idea what they're doing in your home. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space you're proud of, Bats R Us builds it to last. That's Bats R Us. Call today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. 380-225-BATH. That's to call Baths R Us and deal with a company that started right here in Ohio and grew by word of mouth. Because they treat people right. They do what they say they're going to do. 380-225-BATH to call Baths R Us. Baths R Us. Bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven. I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Steve Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money, Sunday mornings at 9.
Presented by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
The Fan. The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yingling drafts for only $4. T-Bone would like to take a second to remind everyone that Eddie George is awesome and that Ronnie James Dio was an American treasure. And that pickles are gross. Thank you. Here's T-Bone and Tyvis.
With the fourth pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State.
I don't like how Roger Goodell says Ohio State. Ohio State. Ohio. What is that? It's Ohio.
First of all, he should have
You're the commissioner of the NFL. You paid $60 million a year. Learn how to say one of the biggest schools in the country.
The only issue I have with it is that he don't say the.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Respect it. No, you got to respect it.
That's the thing.
When Ohio State's name come up, respect it.
I will say, and I know a lot of people probably
ain't
don't like
gonna
that.
say it no more.
I do think the thing is the most pretentious thing Ohio State has ever tried to do, and it is mocked by everyone who does not live in this state, and I don't blame them at all for it.
T-Bone,
it is a little pretentious.
Are you insane?
It's
today?
not. I'm not insane.
You gotta start embracing it.
Nobody.
Let me hear you say it.
I've said it. The Ohio State University. That's fine. I'm just telling you.
One of those the T-shirts.
That's fine. Go ahead. I never grew up rooting for what is that? A conjunction? The? Is it an adjective? I don't even know what it is.
It's not an adjective.
I never grew up rooting for that. When I was a kid, and I mean, again, grew up here my entire life. When I was 4 years old, 5 years old, I remember learning about who Earl Bruce was. Part of the way I learned, I'm trying to think how old I was at the time he got fired, but my first memories of Ohio State is Earl Bruce being on the news. They said Earl Bruce has been fired, and my 6-year-old brain, whatever it was, thought, oh no, they lit this poor man on fire, is what I thought that meant. I'd never heard the term fired before in my life until Earl Bruce got fired. And at the time, it seemed rational to me that, oh, this means that people followed this man to his car and lit him on fire because of how bad the football season was going. I'm not saying that that's a good thing. I'm telling you that as someone who grew up in this town, who literally first memories were of a man I thought getting lit on fire.
But you don't like the.
I never as a kid heard anyone say, excuse me, it's the Ohio State University. It was always just like Ohio State. And then somewhere along the line, some marketing guru came in and was like,
what happened?
Should be called the, actually. We're the Ohio State University.
You know what happened?
Shut up.
You've lost your pride.
I haven't lost my pride. I grew up here. I remember when it was just called Ohio State. We didn't put X's over the M's and all this cute crap we do.
You don't stick your chest out no more when you say it.
It's Ohio
Excuse
State.
Me, it's the Ohio State
I grew up
University.
here. I gave money to this school before they ever called it the.
It's cool.
I went to Ohio State. They didn't call it the.
You're not proud of it anymore.
I'm just saying.
It's sad. It brings tears to my eyes.
I worked for Ohio State, and not one person when I worked there was like, excuse me, it's the Ohio State. No,
for sure.
That's a new thing that happened. Let us old people remember what it used to be like. And by the way, just so you know, I was lunatic fringe back when I was 6 because I was like, yeah, they probably should light his ass on fire. I'm telling you, I was kind of with it. I was like, all right, I mean, that makes sense to me. But I will say this. I am very proud about Ohio State, or as Roger Goodell says, Ohio State, because they got 4 guys taken in the top 11 picks, 3 defenders taken in the top 11. I don't think anybody's ever had that happen. And, Carnell Tate kicked it off last night going forward to the Titans. Do you like the landing spot for Carnell Tate?
I do. I really do. I think that, Cam Ward needed a weapon, and he needed a guy that can make some big plays, explosive plays, and Carnell Tate is exactly that. If you just go and watch his highlight tape, it's a lot of his explosive play after explosive play, and I think that, they had Shamiri last year do his thing. They got Wan'Dale Robinson in the slot, who's a very explosive guy, made a lot of money last year with the Giants, and now you add Carnell Tate to that room. I think that they got something good there. So we should see a big increase and a good development of Cam Ward's play this season, now that he has a deep threat and a big playmaker like Carnell Tate.
There you go. I like that. We'll get into more Buckeye discussion. Ryan Day had some thoughts on the Buckeyes. I'll share those with you in 10 minutes. He was on the coverage yesterday, if you missed that.
Who?
Ryan Day.
Oh.
He popped on with Saban and the College Game Day crew.
Desmond Howard.
Yeah. I was busy. So.
Good for you. I didn't watch a second of any of that because I'll tell you this. If I struggle to watch them read names off a card, I'll be damned if I'm going to sit there and watch 6 hours of pregame for non-game. I'm not going to do that. So no, but I did see a clip of Kirk Herbstreit. And I just want to point out, Herbie, everybody knows he's a fake and a fraud, and it should be known that. And I want to show you again, this man, they brought out Primanti Brothers sandwiches for this man, okay? They brought out food for this guy to eat.
Okay.
You're in Pittsburgh.
On the show.
It's a local delicacy.
Okay.
Primanti Brothers, if you don't know, it's deli cuts of meat. They pile those on top of, among other toppings, some coleslaw and some French fries. The whole reason for this was in Pittsburgh, and they're very annoying about telling you this, but if you don't know, this is from like when the steel workers were doing all the stuff back in the day, and they only had a certain amount of time for lunch. They would walk down to this sandwich shop and say, hey, I want my lunch with the coleslaw and the fries and the sandwich, but can you just put that all on 2 pieces of bread and give it back to me because I got to go, and I need to eat it with one hand as I'm walking because I got other stuff to do. Mm-hmm. So that's how they started making these sandwiches. It's a Pittsburgh tradition.
Okay.
So, of course, they bring these out. And I see, they're all taking bites of it, and it's a beautiful sandwich. It's piled a mile high. It looks so good. Kirk Herbstreit looks at that and says, I'm not touching that. And he thinks he's off camera, and he's like, oh, that's maybe. And as soon as the camera cuts away, he looks to the assistant and is like, get this crap out of my face. And he's just so... He doesn't want it. He looks disgusted by this stuff.
I thought you were going to say he gave it to his dog.
Let me get this right.
No, he probably wouldn't. He'd say, I wouldn't let my dog.
So let me get this right.
He's not of the people, is what I'm telling you.
You're mad.
He flies around on private jets. He's nothing like you. Stop it. He's never had an Eckrich sausage in his life.
So you mad that Kirk Herbstreit wasn't on the broadcasting and then was like, get this. I don't want this.
He
this
thought
crap.
They didn't have the camera on him. And as soon as the camera went off him, he was like, get it out of my way. I don't want to see this food.
By the way,
see it
for the grammar Nazis out there.
What
definite
is that? Article. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Like a and the. Yeah. Right.
He
just making sure.
Defiant.
Get this out
definite
of my face.
Article.
That's right. Thank you very much for helping me with that, Dylan. I appreciate that. By the way, real quick, people need to go to jail over something that's happening with soccer. Did you see what the tickets are going for the World Cup final? Which is going to be in New York, New Jersey this year, MetLife Stadium, where the Jets and Giants play. There is tickets listed on the official FIFA resale marketplace for tickets for this event. Over $2 million for these tickets. There are a couple seats listed, and they're obviously very good seats. $2.29 million. Now, obviously, it's the World Cup final. There will be 2 very good teams there, but the nature of the World Cup final is you can't know who's going to be there until we get to that game, essentially. Mm-hmm. So you are talking about someone paying $2 million to watch a wild card. You have no idea what that game's going to be. Now, that seems bad. I don't know that anybody's ever going to pay $2 million to go watch a soccer game, but do you know what the get-in-the-door price is for that game? And this is not resale. This is what FIFA's listing them on their ticket site.
$650.
$650? Did you say $650?
Yes.
Tyvis, I wish if it was $650, I'd go. Get in the door price for the FIFA World Cup final in New York, New Jersey, $10,999. Almost $11,000.
Where to see that?
Get up in the bleeder, the nosebleed section. You can't even see the soccer field. You're looking down going, what is that? Is that a postage stamp? I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, $10,000 a seat to get in.
Overshooting.
Everyone from FIFA needs to be arrested and jailed for life. This is, I wanted so much to get excited about the World Cup. You wonder why I'm so angry all the time? I've been looking forward to this for 10 years. I've been so excited for them to have this World Cup here.
It's a choice. You can smile.
Smile. As
Smile.
The World Cup that I wanted to go see.
It's a famous thing when somebody said that. Smile.
Yeah, it's the Michigan State coach whose name, John L. Smith. Was that right? Smile.
I don't remember.
That's it. Oh, it's in here. We have it somewhere. Anyway, I've just put all the FIFA people. I know, isn't today go to jail day on Common Man and Timmy? Do they do that on Fridays?
They sure do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, today, that's my nominee. Put all the FIFA executives in jail for what they're doing to this stupid soccer tournament that I was excited for. You couldn't pay me to go to this thing now, the way that they're treating this thing. It's so...
Get your chin up. Yeah. Smile.
Yeah, there it is. John L. Smith,
Smile.
You got it.
That's what you need to do, Bo.
Terrible.
Smile.
Yeah, all right. It's you know what that feels like? The horror movie Smile, where everybody just creepily smiling at you.
At the break, I'm gonna go get you a Snickers bar.
Well, you need to drink your White Monster first, and then we can talk about getting a Snickers bar, because you know what Ryan Day said about that.
Yeah, the whites are good.
Thank you. Speaking of Ryan Day, he has some high praise for some of his former players. You will hear it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, despite more cars out on the road, still looking pretty average when it comes to our drive times, and that's happening around the city this morning. For our friends in Madison County, a heads up here, a little bit slower on 40 eastbound between 42 to 270. That's about a 20-minute commute so far. If you can, take 70 east. That's a better way to head downtown. 42 to 270 will take you about 12 minutes. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Country music's biggest selling superstar, Luke Combs, presents My Kind of Saturday Night Tour.
Sounds like my kind of Saturday night.
Luke Combs, live in concert in Columbus, playing at Ohio Stadium, Saturday, April 25th, with special guests Dierks Bentley, Ty Myers, Jake Worthington, and Thelma and James. Get tickets now at lukecombs.com.
Hey there, friends. High Bank isn't just award-winning whiskey. They also make the best vodka in America. With 3 Central Ohio locations serving scratch-made food and craft cocktails, High Bank is perfect for date night, game day, or drinks with friends. Learn more at highbankco.com. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Oak Cliff Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Grilling season starts now at Billiards Plus. Shop top-of-the-line grills and turn every cookout into a win. Then bring the fun inside with pool tables, shuffleboard, and more. Everything for the ultimate game room. Billiards Plus. Grills, games, and good times. Online or on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Our double hung is as good as it gets. There's something really simple. It's called an interlock. We interlock our windows. The interlock is the absolute best way to alleviate air infiltration. With the interlock, it's harder to break into. When you interlock the sashes, it makes a better window. It's just a darn good window, and we're very proud of it.
Visit Rosati Windows by the end of this month and get 35% off all windows and doors.
This spring, celebrate the sparkle that she brings to your life with something that sparkles right back. Whether it's for Mother's Day, an anniversary, or just because, Diamond Cellar has the perfect gift for the women who mean the world to you. Visit Diamond Cellar today on Selma Road and at Easton Town Center.
Fall is a season of change, and Hinderer Motor Company is turning over a new leaf with big savings. This is Justin Hinderer. Right now, any one of our participating locations is paying up to $3,500 over Kelley Blue Book value. That's right. Drive in your current vehicle and leave with one of ours today. Don't wait. The leaves are falling and so are the prices. At Hinderer Motor Company, we love what moves you.
Sun, splashes, and nonstop fun await at Zoombezi Bay.
Get your season pass for unlimited thrills,
including our all-new conservation tower. Buy now at ZoombeziBay.com.
Put more money back in your pocket this spring with special rates as low as 8.99% APR on debt consolidation loans from BMI FCU. Transfer your high-interest credit cards today. Apply at bmifcu.org/consolidate.
This is Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. If you're driving and take a quick glance at your phone, more can happen than you might think. Because taking your eyes off the road for even just a moment is like driving the entire length of a football field blind. Don't let those few seconds distract you from what's right in front of you. Phones down, eyes up, Ohio.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and spring is here, and it's time to hit the road with something new from Germain Toyota. Right now, get into a rugged 2026 Toyota Tundra with just 2.99% financing for up to 72 months. Power, performance, and capability ready for every spring adventure. Or cruise into the season with a 2026 Tacoma SR5 for only $299 a month for 36 months and $39.99 due at signing. Fresh deals, fresh rides. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to find a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The first round of the NFL draft took place in Pittsburgh last night. 4 Buckeyes got selected, including a historic 3 defenders in the top 11 picks, but it was an offensive player who was the first off the board for Ohio State.
With the 4th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State.
Arvell Reese was off the board with the very next pick to the Giants, followed by Sonny Styles going 7th overall to the Commanders. Caleb Downs went to the Cowboys at pick number 11. The Cleveland Cavaliers were in Toronto for Game 3 of their first-round matchup with the Raptors. The Cavs lost 26-104, but are still up 2-1. Game 4 is on Sunday. This update is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Reach your health and weight goals with Reclaim by Awaken 180, a 10-week medication-free plan. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
With the 11th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Caleb Downs, defensive back, Ohio State.
I just want to point out that Caleb Downs played college football for a place called Alabama. He played college football for a place called the Ohio State University.
Look at you proud Buckeye.
And now he goes to the NFL and he represents none other than the Dallas Cowboys.
The star.
I'm telling you, man, like you could, do we know who he's sponsored by? Is he a Nike guy? I know obviously they had to wear Nike gear. Oh, is he an Adidas guy?
I think he is.
I'm just saying, like, the brands that this guy has represented, you could do a lot worse than Alabama, Ohio State, and Dallas Cowboys when it comes to football. That's pretty great.
I've never heard of Alabama. I know what AAA Tuscaloosa is, but never heard of Alabama.
Well, when he was there, some guy named Nick Saban was there, and it was actually Alabama. Now it's
Little
turned
Saint
into
Nick.
Yeah, now it's turned into some place where I guess they they pay their coaches a lot of money, but they don't really do the job of developing these guys.
Which fan base was the most excited for their pick last night? I would argue it was Dallas and Caleb Downs.
Oh, the Dallas fans they showed on the screen.
Stoked.
Well, did you see the... This is why I don't need to watch the NFL draft, because all I spend my time doing is I'll be like listening to the coverage. I'll be going, oh, okay, yeah, it is interesting. I wonder who this team will take here. And then they cut to a scene of the dumbest looking humans on the face of the planet. And when they cut to those Cowboys fans, the guy had like the light ball thing on his, I don't even know how to describe that. He had some goofy outfit. They're all just standing there. And I thought, these people have all urinated on themselves to get this spot. They're all standing there with adult diapers on. They've been there since 8 a.m. They are pissing themselves. And this is who I'm watching on TV. Like, woo! So I can't watch the draft because I get too just obnoxiously angry about that. When I watch that, I think these people all seem like a bunch of losers.
Dang.
Not all the people there, but the ones who stand right up front who have to be on camera, like the super fans who are trying to get on camera.
I'm about to say, T-Bone.
Once in a lifetime experience. It's not the damn Super Bowl. You're standing there watching Roger Goodell go
like the draft
Ohio State.
It's not like the draft comes to their city every year.
You should never come to. See, again,
this isn't.
I'm sorry.
This isn't back in the day.
Let me back out.
I'm
an old man now.
I
am turning it. I'm sorry. I'm turning
ridiculous.
into it.
Bigger hater than Kendrick.
Have you only had like 2 hours of sleep? My goodness, you're negative about everything
I'm not
today.
negative. I've watched
What happened yesterday that you did like?
I went to bed at 8:45, I think, 9 o'clock, whatever that was.
Man.
That was good. Yeah. So here's what Ryan Day had to say about a guy who, I'll tell you something I like, Tyvis. Here's a good thing I liked.
The whites are good.
Sure.
Yeah, the whites are good.
I gave you a white monster right there, and you've been enjoying it. But I'll tell you this.
Drinking it.
Yeah, he cracked it open during the commercial break. And what are your thoughts on the white monster?
Ooh, hit the chest, boy. Hit the chest. Ooh.
Yeah, something I did like yesterday from the draft was Arvell Reese wearing the Reese's peanut butter cup inside of his jacket, like sponsored, I'm sure, by Reese's. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Food related, of course.
Yeah, of course I like that. But here's Ryan Day talking before the draft about Arvell Reese.
He's young, just 20 years old, just turning 21. I think he probably has the highest ceiling of all the guys, in the first round today. He can play on the ball at the first level. He can also play off the ball. Not a lot. And when I say on the ball, I mean like he can play like a defensive end or he can play like a linebacker.
With hand in the dirt. Huh?
Yeah, and I think the thing that happens with Arvell is he keeps the game simple.
Okay.
I think a lot of guys can make the game really complicated and get them. He keeps it simple, and because of that, he plays fast and he plays physical.
Yeah.
I think what's special about Arvell is he can probably do whatever you train him to do. He's that special of a talent. I just think this year was the first year in Matt's defense where he was able to do both and play both. And then he was next to Sonny every play, learning a little bit more about how to diagnose plays and anticipate. So, I think he's got a high ceiling, and I think whatever system he's in, he can learn it, and then he's going to build from there.
So there you go. Arvell Reese, high praise from Ryan Day. You like the fit for him going to the Giants at 5?
Did you see what Malik Neighbor said?
Well, I like that you ignored my question completely. That's good.
Well, it ties into the point.
Okay. Yeah, I did. What did Malik Neighbor say about him or about
Arvell Reese?
No, I didn't see what he said about Arvell Reese. I saw what he said. I saw what he said about
it ties it because Malik's neighbor's reaction to it was my reaction to it. I like the player. I don't understand why the Giants took him. That's because they was like they got Abdul Carter last year. They took Kayvon Thibodeau, so they got edge rushers, and then you go get another edge rusher. Like I was scratching my head on that, but I like the fact that he's.
Do you think they were shocked he was there?
Yes.
So at that point, I feel like they just thought he was the best player, and they said, "Let's just figure out what to do with him."
I don't dislike that. If you're the Giants, where it's not like they're a finished product, they have lots of issues. They have lots of places to fix. You're obviously hiring a new head coach, so go ahead and get guys that he wants. Maybe he wasn't there for any of those picks. If John Harbaugh says, I don't necessarily, I'm not attached to those guys, but I want Arvell Reese.
It's interesting because you got, last year I thought they had a really good defensive line. Your defensive line consisted of Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Abdul Carter. You got rid of Dexter Lawrence, so are you kicking one of those guys down to D tackle? Is that what's going on? And you're going to put Arville on the outside?
They said
is Arville going to play linebacker for you? Like, what?
They were asked about if they were going to trade Kayvon Thibodeau, and they said they have no plans to do that at this point.
See, so it's just very interesting to me. I got to see it. But on the pass rush side, they got 4 pass rushers that's unbelievable.
Am I wrong, by the way? Remind me. Seahawks, wasn't one of the strengths of the Seahawks defense was that they had a lot of pieces you could move around anywhere back into that defense. But up front, they rotate a lot of guys in. I don't think it was just like they had 2 or 3 guys up front.
Well, everybody rotates.
Well, but I'm saying their depth at defensive line, I believe, was one of the biggest strengths of that Seahawks defense. I hear what you're saying. So if the Giants are looking at that model and saying that's what we're trying to do is have the deepest defensive line out there.
I hear what you're saying.
There's no down where you have to worry about this.
You would hear me say every time, what did I tell you is one of the most important positions on defense? Because everybody think it's edge rusher. Everybody's so enamored with edge rusher. It's defensive tackle.
And you don't
just
stop the run up the
traded
middle.
him away.
Yeah.
And you're going to replace him with an edge rusher?
Yeah. That's a very solid point.
If that's the case, open up 71. I'm dives all game. All game. That's all,
right up the gut.
Right up the gut.
Yeah. Well, and that's a very good point. So from a fit standpoint,
get your edge rushers all you want because we ain't even. He's never going to be in the play because I'm going straight down the middle.
Yeah, that's a solid point. It's a very interesting pick.
Schefter reported that they're not going to trade Kayvon Thibodeau, but I feel like I said, they were shocked Arvell Reese was there.
Yes.
He asked 2 minutes after the fact. I guarantee you they're fielding calls on him this morning.
Oh, of course they are. Yeah, and by the way, I mean, I'm not disparaging Adam Schefter when I say he's probably talking to someone with the Giants who says that, and then the Giants, of course, are getting they want their own story out there, which is why deny until you make the move. Right. That's what anybody does in that situation. So you're right. That doesn't have any bearing on what will actually happen.
And then also I see a situation where you have Arvell playing off ball, maybe like first and second down, and then you have a special package on third down where maybe he's on the edge. You kick one of those other guys on the interior, like that NASCAR package. I don't know if that's still the label of it, but
I like the NASCAR package.
I understand that from a third down standpoint. I get it. Like, you want 4 pass rushers in there. First and second down, I need to know the plan.
Yeah. Well, and again, I mean, he's probably going to be more of a first and second down guy.
Who?
You don't think that with Arvell Reese, or is he going to be more of like a third down specialist?
I'm sure all of that, but I'm saying who's playing defensive tackle.
Yeah, right.
What pick they got? They better be. They better go get K-Mac.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll talk about this. There you go.
They got the 5th pick today.
That might be right in line. They might be right in line.
Still there.
Well, you know what? We will talk about what is happening in the second round, because obviously that's tonight. And there's a team that. The Bengals, we talked a lot about what the Browns do. Every year, the Browns have picks in the first round. Bengals traded their 10th overall pick away, got Dexter Lawrence. What are they going to do tonight? We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Friday. Right now, absolutely no crashes to report to you on this lovely morning out there. For our friends traveling 315 in both directions by Ackerman Road, your roads are nice and easy out there. Still no problems to report for you. And for those southbound drive times are also looking pretty fantastic on this Friday. 71 south between Frank Road and 270. That's only a 2-minute commute. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Thousands of students every year choose Columbus State Community College, earning degrees that open doors to in-demand jobs, stable careers, and real earning power. Columbus State is making Central Ohio stronger. Apply today at cscc.edu.
Spring into fun at the Columbus Zoo. Warmer days are right around the corner, and there's no better place to make memories. See tigers up close, watch playful otters splash and swim, and catch the baby elephants in action. all in one amazing visit. Looking for a later start? With our Zoo After 2 p.m. deal, you can enjoy all the adventure for $19.95. Plan your visit today and make the Columbus Zoo part of your spring break plans. Learn more at columbuszoo.org.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Common Man here for Germain Volkswagen. Right now, you get $3,000 over Kelly Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event at both Germain Volkswagen of Columbus and Germain Volkswagen of Westerville. Plus, during Volkswagen Driver Days, interest rates can't get any lower on the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas and the 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan. Available to qualified customers on approved credit through Volkswagen Financial Services. See dealer for full details. Get started now at GermainVolkswagen.com.
Coffee, sandwich, hash browns. Tired of the same breakfast routine? Time to refresh your morning ritual with a $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. It starts with a premium blend of freshly brewed coffee, a hot, savory breakfast sandwich made with freshly cracked eggs, and for a tasty twist, a daily baked donut to sweeten the deal. Ask for the $6 Tim's Trio. Your morning ritual refreshed. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer. Medium coffee only. Terms apply.
Hop into savings this spring with Ohio Mulch. Right now, save $100 on home delivery orders, but only for a limited time at OhioMulch.com. What sets Ohio Mulch apart? Our premium pine bark mulch made from high-quality southern pine from South Georgia. It lasts longer and creates the perfect pH for acidic-loving plants like hydrangeas and azaleas. Better mulch, better results. Shop now at OhioMulch.com.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, cleaner, greener, better.
Who's Vice President J.D. Vance's pick for Ohio Treasurer? America First conservative Jay Edwards. As the first state lawmaker to endorse Donald Trump for president, Jay Edwards has been on the front lines, standing up to the rhinos and leftists since day one. Now, we need a MAGA fighter who protects our Ohio tax dollars as our treasurer. And that's what Jay Edwards has always done. He sponsored the largest tax cut in Ohio history, saving families over $3.1 billion. Jay Edwards has never been afraid to do what's right and fight for our values. That's why he's a 100% pro-life and 100% pro-gun conservative, earning the highest possible rating from Ohio gun owners. He's the proven America First leader we need to clean up fraud and keep our money safe. Endorsed by J.D. Vance. Jay Edwards for Ohio Treasurer.
Paid for by Friends of Jay Edwards.
Your favorite fan shows are available as a podcast. What a concept. And don't miss exclusive podcast content like Austin and Byrne. Listen on your schedule from anywhere in the world. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We will start off the morning with a few clouds and wake up temperatures in the 50s. And then this afternoon, mostly sunny, breezy, and warm with highs in the mid to low 80s. As we go into the evening, we do have a chance of showers and thunderstorms developing. Otherwise, mostly cloudy to cloudy skies with lows around 60. And then for Saturday, isolated chances of showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy to partly sunny with highs in the low 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The two most mature people working at the radio station. And that's just because they wear pants. The pervert and the skivvies. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays at noon.
The Fan. Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
If you've missed anything from the program, or maybe you just didn't get to listen all week, you were busy, that's fine. We've got this little thing called a podcast. They're available for you wherever you get podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis in your favorite podcast app, and then hit follow, like, subscribe. It'll all be there for you every single day in your app, free of charge. It's all brought to you by our friends at Capital Ford of Columbus. Thanks to them for sponsoring the T-Bone and Tyvis podcast. So, day 2 of the draft, obviously, will be tonight. I believe they start at 7 tonight, right? They get a little earlier because they get rounds 2 and 3 in.
I thought it was 6.
Oh, is it 6? Is it that early? Okay, I always forget what time it is. I should have looked. Anyway, do we have coverage, presumably, here on the Fan?
Great question.
That's we should look that up too.
I know I ain't on the coverage. I know I'm not.
We'll look it up and we'll get back to it. Either way,
I didn't want to make that trip twice.
So looking at the lineup for tonight, the Bengals are going to be picking 41st. So that is 9 picks into the second round. Here are some of the best available guys. Corner Jermod McCoy from
That's
Tennessee.
who they need to take. I know he's got this knee thing, but they got to take him. That's a lie. They don't have to. They could take Avion Terrell. I'll be fine with that too.
Okay, Avion Terrell available as well. Corner that they're looking at. Other top level guys that are available. You've got Denzel Boston, probably the best wide receiver left, at least as far as the rankings go. For Buckeye fans, we know Caden McDonald didn't get taken in the first round. If you missed that, he did not sneak into the first round. So probably the top defensive tackle available. So will a team decide to go move up to get him? The draft order for tonight, which I had and then lost. I don't know where it went. Hang on here.
Their draft order tonight?
I have it somewhere.
San Francisco is starting it off with pick 33, followed by the Cardinals, Buffalo, Raiders, Giants, Texans, Browns.
Okay. Thank you for that. Yeah. So
and it does start at 7, coverage at 6, coverage here on the Fan starting at 8 after the Buckeye show.
There you go. Okay. So, but for the Bengals, what do we want to see them do here? I mean,
corner. Best corner available.
Defense, right? Let's say the best defensive player available at the time they pick. I don't know if he'll be there, but if Caden McDonald's there at 41.
They just traded the 10th pick for Dexter Lawrence.
So what?
No.
You just said you need guys in the middle of your defense. Add another guy. Like, I don't care.
No.
They have too many holes on that defense.
They need a corner.
Sure, but
in the worst way.
If all the best corners are available, if they're all gone, I still go defense.
They've done a great job of getting Dexter Lawrence, a guy that we have talked about being very effective down the middle of a defense. So he's going to stop the run, which is going to force teams to pass. Shamar Stewart, you drafted last year. He should help with that. But you know how to help Shamar Stewart get those sacks to go from pressures to sacks? Coverage sacks. Making sure you got guys that's so tight in coverage that it makes that quarterback say, and boom, that's what should happen. Should I? No, boom, it should be a sack.
Here's what I'm asking.
It's like back when the Browns had Myles Garrett and they went and got Denzel Ward instead of drafting Bradley Chubb. They went and got a coverage guy because Myles Garrett was getting there, but it just needed an extra second to get that sack. They went and got Denzel Ward, boom, Myles Garrett was able to get the sacks. I think Cincinnati should take that same approach here with Shamar Stewart. Help this man get from pressures to sacks.
That's fine, and I understand that. I don't disagree that if there is a great corner available for you. My concern is if all the good corners that are in round 2 are gone, what do you do? Because they're picking 9th, and let's say 3 of the top corners that are in this second round are all gone. Would you still say, all right, go draft a corner, but reach for him?
So the 3 top corners in this that's left is Jermod McCoy from Tennessee, Avion Terrell, and then the next one is Colton Hood from Tennessee as well. So you're telling me if all 3 of them gone, what to do?
Yeah. What would you do there?
Take BPA.
Okay. And that's where
BPA
I was saying
stands for best player available.
Yeah, I was saying if Caden McDonald is, and I'm saying a caveat to that, best defensive player available, right? Like I'm taking the best defensive player that's around. And if Caden McDonald's that guy, if those corners are off the board, if I'm the Bengals, I'm saying that's a nice consolation prize.
I'm trying to see.
To have a really good secondary defensive tackle you could throw in there.
They could take a D'Angelo Pons.
Oh, if he's there, I'd for sure. Is he?
D'Angelo Pons.
I forgot that he hadn't gotten taken yet.
Where is he at on best available?
I'm surprised he's not.
Is not even on the first
That's
page.
crazy.
I don't see him anywhere in the top 25 best available.
34th available. He's behind Max Clare.
That is what's the knock on D'Angelo Pons?
He's 5'9". And
I don't care. That man can play.
He's probably going to play nickel.
I don't
People
care.
don't want to take nickels that high.
Okay.
Listen,
fine.
I ain't.
Fine.
He's a good player to me.
That's a player. I don't care. I would take him. If I'm the Bengals, I would absolutely take him.
The Browns could make up for not getting a receiver. If they get a Chris Bell in the 3rd round, or because he's going to drop because he's like coming off a knee injury. If they get a Chris Bell or something like that, I'll be cool with that.
You'll be okay. Again, are any of these guys number ones? No. They didn't get a number 1 receiver last night. They're not getting one today.
I brought up Malachi Fields from Notre Dame, big 6'4" guy. He just ran a 4.6, but that man go get it.
I love how your beacon is immediately back to the Browns. Even when we were talking Bengals, it's like, let me get back to the Bengals.
I told you the Bengals need to get a corner. I don't see all 3 of those corners being gone by the time they pick.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't see that.
Let me ask you this question.
The Niners don't need one. They need offensive tackle and the edge rusher. The Cardinals got 2 corners, so that's not going to be the case. Buffalo might.
Yeah, that could be one. But again, it's one. There's definitely a chance that the top three corners could go off the board. There's a chance someone could trade up too.
It should be them.
Okay, well, fair enough. Right, get the corner you want. I agree with you.
Trade up. It need to be them.
Yeah, they need to go all in on defense, of course. And I think that's, to me, an interesting storyline for the Bengals to watch is if they stay put or if they move up. I don't know that there's a lot of smoke about them moving up, but I'm with you. Go get the corner that you want.
A lot of fans also want them to take a linebacker.
I was going to ask about Jacob Rodriguez.
Jacob Rodriguez or Anthony Hill Jr.
That's who I was going to say.
Anthony Hill's probably got a little more athleticism than him, but obviously Jacob Rodriguez was like the best linebacker I think he won the Buckus Award and all that as well. So
yeah, but I don't know. I think of the two of those guys, Anthony Hill Jr. would be a guy that feels to me more like he's the better pro prospect, and Jacob Rodriguez feels like the guy who won a lot in college, got a lot of awards, did everything you want there. I don't know that he's as good of an NFL prospect, but
I just think if you can't get a corner, linebacker is the next best thing for me for Cincinnati, in my personal opinion, because now that you got Dexter Lawrence there, it's going to keep their jerseys clean. He's gonna demand a lot of attention. Was going to allow those linebackers to have free flowing access to the ball carrier. And if you got you probably need to go with Anthony Hill because he's more athletic. He can get to the ball carrier a little bit faster, send him on blitzes and things like that. So to me, that's probably where I would go if I was Cincinnati. But it has to be on the defense side of the ball.
Did you hear about what Roger Goodell tried to do and what the NFL tried to do with Fernando Mendoza last night? So Fernando Mendoza was the number one pick in the draft. Everyone knew he was going number one to the Raiders. That happened. He did not attend the draft. He was at home.
Yeah.
His mom and dad were there on the couch. His mom obviously, is in a wheelchair. So I always love that about his family, like how dad will sit down, even though it's a big moment and everyone else is standing up and cheering. He sits down because obviously his wife can't get up.
Right.
He wants to be with her at that, which I think is just a sweet thing that they do. But that was the moment they had. They're on the couch. It's a beautiful thing. And the family was all there. I saw that Fernando Mendoza left his brother hanging. His brother had the high five up, and he just was like, yeah, I'll get you later. I didn't care about that. But what's cool is, or what's interesting to me is he wanted to do it his way. He didn't want to go to the NFL draft. And I have said this before, if none of these players show up, we don't have a TV show. If none of those players if they all decide to stay home and do their thing, it's not quite the big event. You wouldn't have these people standing outside wetting themselves for 8 hours in an adult diaper trying to get the best spot because there would be nothing to see. But Fernando Mendoza, there were overtures by the league to get him to the draft. Supposedly, they employed none other than Peyton Manning. They asked Peyton Manning to go talk to him and say, this is a big moment. You're going to be the number one pick. You're a star quarterback. You really want to be at the draft. He apparently did that, went to Fernando Mendoza, contacted him and said,
told him to go fly a kite.
Probably exactly what he said. Hey, bro, thanks for the call. Go fly a kite. I'm Fernando Mendoza. I'm always positive. Like he never.
Let's flip and go.
Let's flip and go. Yeah, we're gonna freaking do it. Yay! Like that's exactly what he did. So I like the fact the NFL sent all the heavy artillery to go get Fernando Mendoza, and he said, "No, I'm good."
Arch Manning would never do this.
Arch Manning's good.
there.
Are you kidding me?
He's there. Do we know where the draft is next year yet? Do they announce that?
Wherever
ahead of time?
Arch Manning wants.
I was going to say, it's probably going to be in New Orleans.
Exactly.
Where is? I don't know.
Whoever's going to get the first pick of the draft, that's where they're going to be because the crowd is going to go bananas when they announce Arch Manning as the number one pick.
Oh, the 2027 NFL draft will be in our nation's capital. The National Mall, Washington, D.C.
Well,
there you go.
Well, the Commanders will not be.
The coronation for Arch Manning will commence there. They'll actually make him the president of the United States. They'll give him that, and then he'll be the first overall pick. I'm so excited for all that. All right, which Buckeye had the best landing spot last night? We'll talk about it in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Starting today, you will be seeing some lane restrictions just south of Grandview Heights. We're talking on 670 eastbound between 70 and 33 with some bridge repairs still going on out there. Once again, down 2 lanes. It's lasting for about 12 days, this project as well. Keep that in mind. And as always, be patient and look out for those construction crew members out on the scene. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Columbus drivers, Ford is making it easy to drive home happy with special financing that works for all credit situations. At Capital Ford of Columbus, save up to $10,000 off MSRP on remaining 2025 Ford Escapes in stock. No matter your credit, Capital Ford of Columbus has programs to get you approved fast and into any new or used Ford in stock. Don't miss out. These incredible offers end April 30th. Head to Capital Ford of Columbus at 1090 South Hamilton Road today or get pre-approved at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win, like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor and call a groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Common man, a radio veteran, has a large hemorrhoid. Timmy Hall, a good, clean boy, moonlights as man's hemorrhoid. Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan. One of these men was prom king. The other is Tyvis. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Interesting tweet that I seen. Tweeted from Brian Hartline, 2022, Garrett Wilson, number 10 pick. Chris Olave in 2022, number 11 pick. JSN went number 20 and 23. Marvin Harrison went number 4 and 24. Mecca Abuka went 19 last year. Carnell Tate went number 4 this year. Might have one in 2027 too. The funniest part is all those guys. Carnell Tate is tied for the highest drafted in the draft.
It's pretty unbelievable that. Carnell Tate, I have been super high on. I've been a big fan of his. I obviously thought he was great here. You saw what happened when he went off the field this year, right? Offense, whatever you thought the offense was doing this past year, it was not as good when he was not out there, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting to me that he is the first receiver off the board. He is a top 5 pick. And here at Ohio State, he was the second option. That just boggles my mind.
But you want to know what's even crazier? JSN was the third option.
Yeah, that's the guy who was like the arguably best receiver in the league. Not even arguably, he is.
Your offensive player of the year.
Offensive player of the year, Super Bowl champion,
was the third option
highest paid player, wide receiver, all the above. And that guy was the third option when he was at Ohio State.
Makes me laugh. That's why I was like, when people's like, well, can Carnell be a number 1? I'm like, what?
Well, can we also on that offensive side of things, I'm informed by the defense going 3 guys in the top 11 off this defense taken last night, 4 picks total. The fact that this team couldn't beat Miami with that level of defense, I'm sorry, folks. That will always be frustrating for me as a Buckeye fan. I don't expect them to win the national championship every year. Mm-hmm. But if you think that Miami roster was better than the one that Ohio State had, it wasn't. Their defense was better than their defensive line for a half was better than Ohio State's offensive line.
2 people go first round. Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor went first round yesterday.
Right. So. And Ohio State had 3. And I'm just pointing out, like, next year on Ohio State's offense. Now, Miami's offense is going to have Malachi Toney when he gets ready to. When it was next year, I think his junior year, or is that his sophomore?
He'd be a sophomore this year, right?
Is he only a true freshman? God,
why do I feel like that's right?
You might be right. Either way, the point is he'll be a top 10 pick. But on Ohio State's offense, you had Julian Sayin might work himself into being a first round.
That kid is 18 years old.
Julian Sayin might be a first round pick. Jeremiah Smith is going to be possibly the number 1 overall pick, depending on how things fall with whoever's available and what teams are where and all that stuff. But he'll be a top 5 pick. Carnell Tate was a top 5 pick. Like, I'm just saying, this offense this year had weapons, and yet, for whatever reason, never really had the identity that it probably should have. Never really had the, this is what our offense does the best.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, couldn't run the ball nearly as effectively as we wanted them to. All that being said, when you look at how historic this defense was last year, to not get further than that Miami game, that's frustrating. To not win a Big Ten championship with that, frustrating. We can all say that as Buckeye fans, can't we? It doesn't mean that it's like a fraud year and fire
did we
everybody.
fail last year? Absolutely.
It's a failure. It's
depends.
frustrating.
It depends on your expectations, because going into the season, as Dylan loves to remind us,
I don't like
you had
this.
to lower your expectations, and we all lowered it. So technically they overachieved.
Who lowered their expectations?
Dylan said we all did.
I didn't. I looked at it and said, win the Big Ten, beat Michigan, and then be competing for a national championship. They got one of those three.
I will continue to say, if I told you before the season that they would have an undefeated regular season, you would have took it.
And if I told you before,
not cared about anything else.
And if I told you before that is 100%.
If you would have told us before the season that they would have went undefeated and didn't win the Big Ten championship and didn't win a national championship,
that's not what I said.
People would have been mad.
I said if I would have said they went undefeated in the regular season, but I give you no other guarantees.
You talking about the season that's becoming the regular season that's about to become meaningless?
Yeah, that one.
But also, yeah, that's true. I just want to point out that
the moment they announce 2014 playoff, it will be meaningless.
I love how though, like, all right, I don't need to do this again. I'm just gonna say whatever. If you had told me before the season you're going to have a defense that's going to have three guys go in the top 11, I would have said, oh man, that means our concerns about the defense were completely unfounded, and this has worked out better than expected. They're going to win the national championship again. They're going to go back to back. Your expectations change when you see what actually happened on the field.
That's the definition of being a victim of your own success.
Yes. Welcome to Ohio State, buddy.
Where you at?
This is what we do.
You know where you at.
LSU sitting there fumbling around with Garrett Nussmeier. Florida's got DJ Lagway. Bama can't run the ball. Ohio State every year, the expectation does not change. We're not out here hiring Lane Kiffin, hoping this time he won't, I don't know, bang as many yoga instructors. He'll actually focus on coaching. But yeah, we're actually, here we have high expectations. That's all I'm saying.
So, okay, on that note of having high expectations, let me ask you guys this. Do you think it's somewhat disappointing that only one Buckeye was taken in the top 5 and not all 4 went in the top 10 like everyone around here was saying that they would?
I knew they would.
All 4 went top 11. What are we talking? Like one pick off?
And they didn't get the 100th first-round pick in history because Caden McDonald didn't go in the first round.
Oh, well, that's okay.
On 99.
Well, guess what? They'll get it
next year. They'll get it next year. Don't worry. They'll still do it.
That's something to be.
I'm not worried about that. And no, the fact that it's not disappointing that of the top 10 picks, only 3 were Buckeyes, and they got the 4th one went 11th with Caleb Downs. So, I'm totally fine with how this went for them. And all these Buckeyes, I feel like, have some very good options for what they're going to do this year when it comes to their careers. Like, I do think Arvell Reese, maybe he is a little bit of an odd fit in New York, like you were talking about defensive line-wise, but who do we think had the best fit here? Sonny Styles going to the Commanders at 7. Caleb Downs obviously playing for the Dallas Cowboys, and Carnell Tate going to the Titans.
To me, the best 2 is Carnell and Caleb. I think that's probably ideal landing spots for both of them. Sonny Styles, I think, will have a good career there. I just think that defense, under Dan Quinn, he's still trying to put it together. Sonny's going to be judged in a big light because he's replacing Bobby Wagner, who is probably going to be a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. But is Bobby the same Bobby from Seattle? No, he's taking a step back, but was very productive with the Washington Commanders. So he's got some big shoes to fill there. And even with Bobby still playing at the level he played, that defense still struggled. So I'm worried and concerned about the rest of the pieces around Washington's defense. They gotta figure out that corner situation. Arvell Reese, we already talked about him, but Caleb Downs and Carnell Tate, to me, obviously I spent time talking about Carnell, how I like to fit. He's going to be wide receiver 1 there. You got Cam Ward, who's a young guy who's very gifted, should help him take that next step to being a really good quarterback. Caleb Downs in Dallas, you're pairing him with Malik Hooker, and you got Donovan Wilson. Both of those guys are really good at taking the ball away, but Caleb Downs is – they've been trying to fix their defense. Obviously, they made the trade to get Quentin Williams last year. I think they traded for Logan Wilson, but he's retired, so that's irrelevant. But they need another playmaker back there, and Caleb being so versatile, which we saw him at Ohio State, where he played some linebacker, played some slot, played safety in the post, played box safety. Like, I think that's going to be a key piece for the Dallas Cowboys. So I like the fact that that those two guys, Caleb and Carnell, went where they went.
Yeah. I don't mind the fit on Carnell Tate, like you said. Caleb Downs, I think. I still can't get over the fact that guy played for Bama, Ohio State, and now the Cowboys. Like, that's just an incredible run by him for all the brands there. I feel like the guy who's probably going to have the best career of these four guys is the two guys you just mentioned as having the best fit. I also think have the best options of being, or the best chances of having the best career. It's between Caleb Downs and Carnell Tate for me. Yeah. But I think both of them are. And this is no shade to Sonny Styles or to Arvell Reese.
Sonny's going to have a good career. Arvell, I have to see what it looks like. That's my thing with Arvell is that he's going to be really good, but you have to know how to utilize him because Arvell Reese, we seen him in Jim Knowles' scheme, and then we seen him with Matt Patricia. Two totally different guys. Mm-hmm. Matt Patricia understood how to use Arvell, and I think that the Giants have to do the same thing. If they put him in the same thing like a Jim Knowles type scheme, I'm concerned about the effectiveness that he would be. So that's my only thing with why I can't go with him.
Yeah. And Carnell Tate, I feel like, has all pro level ability. I feel like Caleb Downs is all pro level ability. So I think both those teams got steal. I'm jealous, even though did the Browns necessarily need to go get a safety? No. I'm jealous as a Browns fan whose defense is already awesome. I'm jealous of the Cowboys getting Caleb Downs. I would have loved to have him be with the Cleveland Browns because I feel like he's that good of a player. But that didn't happen. They didn't do that. We will actually talk about what the Browns did do, and we'll hear from the guy who made those decisions, Andrew Berry, coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Right now, we are closely monitoring a disabled vehicle happening in our southeast side. This is just outside of Bryce, 270, and that's southbound collector just beyond 70 eastbound. That right shoulder is currently blocked. Don't have first responders out there according to our traffic cam, but it really isn't causing any traffic out there this morning. Once again, that right shoulder is blocked. If you're heading towards this area, just make sure to merge towards that left side if you can. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
It's time for the Great Haircut Sale at your local Great Clips salon. Your chance to get a great haircut at an even greater price, just $9.99. And money's not all you'll save at Great Clips. When you use online check-in, you can save time too. So download our app today and hurry in for the $9.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great. For a limited time at participating salons.
The $9.99 Great Haircut Sale runs April 25th through May 1st.
Visit our Columbus, Ohio area salons.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Common Man here for GoGermain.com. I have been telling you about my friends at Germain for a long time, and it's because they bring the goods. And right now, you get $3,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event. Yes, cue the trumpets. Nearly 4,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, plus an extra $3,000 on your trade means your budget goes further. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Get started now at GoGermain.com.
4 tickets, hot dogs, and drinks, all for just $115. The Columbus Aviators Family Flight Plan makes game day easy. Grab yours at UFLaviators.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've ever had somebody do work at your house, it's annoying as crap, at least to me, when someone shows up to your house that you never met, you've never worked with, and you didn't hire to do the job. Subcontractors, I understand why they exist, but for me, I want to work with a company that's going to bring people who know what they're doing, who are trained by the company to put their product in. On time, on budget, no surprises at the end. That's what Bass R Us does every single time.
These folks started in Ohio and grew by word of mouth because they do it right the first time. And the big difference with them, they have local crews. They never sub out the work. The people who show up to your door, they're trained by Baths R Us. They're actually employees of the company, not some random crew they hired last week. Whether you need a safer bathroom to stay independent or you just want a space that you're proud of, they build it to last. That's Baths R Us. Call them today and see what it's like to work with people who actually keep their promises. Kind of a rare thing these days. Call them today, 380-225-BATH. That's 380-225-BATH. Baths R Us, bathrooms you can trust. Call now.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven. I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
The Reds are on the Fan's family of stations all season long.
If you don't listen, Terry Francona will ride his scooter to your house and yell at you.
Your home of the Reds.
The Fan, The Fan 2, and The Fan 3.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Accurate Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut. Minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Well, it is that time of year where you may be thinking about cracking open the windows, and maybe on a couple of your windows you say, well, I can barely even crack them because they're kind of not fitting right. They're old. This one sticks. The lock's broken. And then also when you sit by and you just notice in the colder months, you can feel that cold air coming in. In the warmer months, you're running your AC more than you should be. That's because you need new windows. Window Nation has the best option for you. They've got the more you buy, the more you save sale going on right now. You can save up to 50% all the windows for your house. Plus, you can get them with 0% interest financing for 5 years from Window Nation. And plus, windows, when you put them in your house, experts say they retain 80% of their value. So that is a good investment in these trying times where maybe not every investment works out for you. This is one that should with Window Nation. So check them out today. Get a great deal when you schedule your fast free consultation at windownation.com. Once again, that's windownation.com. 50% off with their more you buy, more you save sale, plus 0% interest financing for 5 years, all from Window Nation.
Round of applause for James Laurinaitis, by the way, having two linebackers go that early in the draft. I tell you what, the standard just rose a little bit for the linebacker room, boy. Peyton Pierce, all eyes is going to be on you.
Oh, yeah. No. Dylan, would you tell us now, because we just lost two guys in the top 5, that this year top 10, we should just
our expectations.
Forget it. This year, the linebackers should all have excuses for if they suck. We should all not be mad about it. Or do we raise our expectations like the guy who played at Ohio State said? Which one would you do, Dylan? Where you at?
I guess they have to do better than the numur one defense in the country this year.
That's right.
If they don't have the number one defense, then this team stinks.
I mean, listen,
there you go.
haven't they had
you're getting it, Dylan. Now you're getting it.
For the past 3 years, they've had the number one defense, right?
Yeah,
that's the standard.
It is. Yeah, you're always going to have a full class of guys.
It's kind of how it works.
Yeah. Right. Look, don't shy away from having expectations.
The standard is not changing for anybody.
Don't shy away from expectations.
By
I guarantee you those guys over there don't. None of those coaches over there shy away from it either.
Adam Schefter just tweeted out that Caden McDonald is staying in Pittsburgh and he's going to attend the draft again because they're expecting him to go early in the second round.
I would think that's a good.
So he will be walking across the stage today.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. If you attend the draft in the first round and you don't go, they let you come back and walk the stage for the second round.
Yeah, I thought that'll be a good move for him. And he will go early for sure, I would think, tonight. So, yeah, we will have all the coverage for you starting here at 8. We will be doing the Buckeye Show until 8, and then coverage will join in progress starting at 8 right here on The Fan. So, yesterday with the Browns. They traded out of the 6th pick, traded that to the Chiefs, picked up a 3rd and a 5th. Am I wrong?
Correct.
In response for that? Yeah.
Correct.
And the Chiefs used that to draft the corner from LSU, whose name I'm blanking on off the top of my head.
Was Mansour Delane.
Yeah, that's right. So the Browns draft back. And I said this yesterday, and I stand by it that I would rather the Browns just actually make the pick when you've earned it. You put all us through this crappy season that we had this year to get the 6th pick. I'm actually kind of believing that the reason Andrew Berry always trades out of these higher level picks is because when people go back and eventually look at where did the Browns pick back in 2025, they'll see, oh, they had pick number 9. It's like, no, we had pick number 6.
The reason,
we were worse. Last year they had pick number 2. No, it was pick number 5. I'm almost half convinced that's why they do it.
The reason why AB does what he does is because he's openly admitting to you that the roster sucks and he needs more picks higher to be able to fix this terrible roster.
And so who's been in charge of the roster since 2020?
Oh, that would happen to be Paul DePodesta.
Stop with that. Stop with that. That's loser talk right there. He's been the GM for 6 years. Listen, Andrew Berry's been the GM for as long as Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel have been knocking boots, and we're going to say that this isn't his responsibility. I'm so sick of hearing about it. He had a few good picks last year, and everybody's saying it's like, oh, Andrew Berry, we got to let this man cook. Like, no, you have holes on this roster because your brain trust, which he was a big part of, has failed for the majority of the last 6 years. You made one of the dumbest decisions ever in bringing in Deshaun Watson.
I know
that has hamstrung your roster ever since. And now, yes, I just don't like it when we're moving back to pick up another, we can get this 3rd rounder, we can get this 5th rounder. Great. What about getting the generational player that you need at wide receiver, which this organization has never drafted in the last 25 years?
Look at Jordan Tyson or Mekhi Lemon as such. They felt that you know what? Todd Monken spoke yesterday, and he said that one of the biggest weaknesses on this team, which he said we went out there on the field, and he said one of the biggest weaknesses that he noticed was tackle.
Yeah. Tackle is one of the biggest weaknesses. You know what one of the biggest weaknesses in this draft was? Also tackle. They opted out of getting generational wide receiver at 6.
So they went and got the best tackle available to them in their personal opinion. They got the choice of picking who they wanted who they felt was the best tackle. Right. And they went from 6 to 9 because they felt like, well, he's still going to be there at 9 because nobody's taking tackles. So therefore, let's go ahead and gain another pick in this draft and still get the guy that we want.
Nobody loves kicking the can down the road more than Andrew Berry. Because what they love to do over there, him and the Browns front office, they love to look at the 6th pick where you could make your call and make your stand and get the best player available. And they said, yeah, but you know what we could do? We could get a few more crappy picks down the road, and then
has the Browns not been good with later picks in the draft?
They were last year, but that's 1 year. He's been there since 2020.
Well, he's calling the shots now. Paul DePodesta.
Okay. Yes, I'm sure that's it. That's That's just tell yourself whatever you have to, man. All I'm trying to say is this: the wide receiver group that you had available to you in this draft was elite. The top 3 guys. And obviously,
some people didn't think that highly of this draft class, of receiver class.
I don't know who those people are.
Some people say that. I'm just telling you.
Were you one of those people?
No.
Okay. So I trust your opinion over them.
I told you who my top 3 was.
Yeah, you said it was Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon, Carnell Tate, all are right there. You thought all of them were good, right?
I did.
Okay. So
I mean,
I'm saying
apparently I ain't the only one. I tell you what, if they go out there and they have a career.
Yes, of course.
Then AB needs to come talk to me before.
I think he should anyway.
Talk to me about picks before he decides to make them.
My point, to be very clear on this, is when you're picking at 6, you could have gone shopping at Elite Wide Receiver Mart. And instead, you decided not to use your gift certificate at that store where there's elite options available to you. There were still 2 guys there that were available. And instead, you decided to go to Bargain Bin Offensive Line Mart and opt into that market, which is not nearly as good in this draft. And I just think, why not go for the elite talent where the position player that you also need, those guys are more likely to be there at 6. When you traded down to 9, you knew that at least one of those guys was not going to be there.
So let's look at it from
Jordan Tyson.
Let's look at it from this point of view. Let's say that they went receiver first. Now, we did a study on the UCSS about tackles.
Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.
About franchise tackles. You have to usually take them in the first round. Like 70-ish% of them going to be like premier, franchise left tackles. When you get to the second round, it drops drastically.
I'm not saying that they needed to go get a tackle in the second round. I agree with you on this.
If the tackle was a big need, if they picked at 24, the only tackle that they could have gotten was Caleb Lomu. Or Lomu.
Yeah, well, another Utah guy.
Because the other ones, Blake Miller, Max, Monroe Freeland, Caden Proctor, Francis, all of them guys would have been gone.
Yeah, so I understand that.
That's why they felt they needed to. They felt like maybe they went into this and said Cardinal Tate is by far the best wide receiver in this draft, right? If we get a chance, we'll take the best wide receiver in this draft. He wasn't there. So they said, well, if we can't get the best wide receiver, we might as well get the best tackle. And that's probably what they did.
But
now,
again, like I
is
said,
Spencer the best tackle? That's to be seen.
That, of course. And I understand we could debate that stuff all day. I'm not even mad about who they picked. It's that you chose to go to the position group that everyone regarded as not being as strong this year as the wide receiver group was. You needed both. I would have prioritized getting a wide receiver first. And then you've made some improvements to the offensive line.
What if you did your assessment? What if you did your assessment and you had your big board, and your big board was Cardinal Tate was number one. The next best available to you was Spencer. And then after that, it was like another tackle, then Jordan Tyson. Would you have still not taken your best player available?
You got to stick to what you think, but I'm also allowed to look at that and say, I think that's dumb. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that assessment.
But this is why they get paid to do this, because they make assessments and they get paid to give their opinion.
I just want to remind you, Paul DePodesta was being paid to do this up until this year. So just remember that, yes, these guys do get paid to do it. These guys have also been getting paid to be bad.
This year. How's Colorado Rockies?
I have no idea.
The Rockies are currently, their record is 10-16. They sit at the bottom of the West.
Sure.
Browns fans this morning remind me of like a wife that says their husband to the grocery store and it's like, all we need is a tackle and a wide receiver. And then they come home and the wife is like, what the hell is this? Why did you bring this home? Why did you get this brand?
Yeah. That's it. Well, no, see, again, now you've made an analogy that sucks and I have to go to break. But when we come back, I will tell Dylan why he's wrong. And also, speaking of wives and girlfriends and everything else, the Mike Vrabel situation isn't getting any better. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
No crashes to report for you right now on this early Friday morning commutes, but a heads up, another night of bridge repairs happening over by Linden, affecting that 71 southbound direction. Really, it's that North Broadway Street ramp. It will be closed out there for those repairs in the overnight hours, all lanes restricted, lasting until Saturday, so at least some better news, but it will start off construction yet again 10 o'clock tonight. Keep that in mind. As for that detour, taking North Broadway Street to Silver Drive, southbound will get you to East Weber Road, and from there you can head back southbound on 71. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Country music's biggest selling superstar, Luke Combs, presents My Kind of Saturday Night Tour.
Sounds like my kind of Saturday night.
Luke Combs, live in concert in Columbus, playing at Ohio Stadium, Saturday, April 25th, with special guests Dirks Bentley, Ty Myers, Jake Worthington, and Thelma and James. Get tickets now at lukecombs.com.
With over 33 years of experience, Newman Roofing has become a household name in Central Ohio. Voted best roofing company 4 years in a row, Newman Roofing delivers a white glove experience every time. When it comes to your roof, call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet, Rely, and 2 lines of Essentials, Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Oak Cliff Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Parents, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Go for it.
We're listening.
Yeah. Are your teens good with money?
She's a good kid,
she's the
but
best,
yeah.
I get it. Switch to Huntington Bank, and your teen debit card can really help.
Oh?
You can set spending limits, and your kid can track budgets, so they learn that money doesn't, in fact, grow on trees.
I think we need this.
Sounds good, yeah. We feel you, parents. Let's get more from teen banking. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Some choose the fast way, others the easy way. But you do things the right way, like Exmark Mowers and Voss Brothers Power Equipment. Exmark builds the world's finest zero-turn mowers, providing a legendary quality of cut, dependability, along with an experience that makes mowing feel like anything but work. Because if it's worth doing right. Stop by one of Voss Brothers' 3 convenient locations in Powell, Sunbury, or Marysville and discover the Exmark mower that will give your lawn the cut it deserves. Voss Brothers Power Equipment, delivering enjoyment in mowing since 1989.
Listen up, Columbus. Before you buy or lease a new Honda, see Lindsay Honda first. For a limited time, every new Honda includes a complimentary gift. Choose a KitchenAid stand mixer, a 75-inch high-def TV, or a zero-gravity massage chair when you buy any new Honda. Plus, drive a new 2026 Civic Sport, just $199 a month, or a 2026 CR-V LX, just $279 a month.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference.
During the Honda Spring Event, see lindsayhonda.com for details.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. An elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey, are you driving high right now? You might be, because a whole lot of people do. They say marijuana makes them a better driver, more careful, more focused. That's probably what the guy who killed a 4-year-old thought. And now, he's in prison. You see, no matter what you tell yourself, if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. The first round of the NFL Draft took place in Pittsburgh last night. 4 Buckeyes got selected, including a historic 3 defenders in the top 11 picks, but it was an offensive player who was first off the board for Ohio State.
With the 4th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State.
Arvell Reese was off the board with the very next pick to the Giants, followed by Sonny Styles going 7th overall to the Commanders. Caleb Downs went to the Cowboys at pick number 11. The Cleveland Cavaliers were in Toronto for Game 3 of their first-round matchup with the Raptors. The Cavs lost 126-104, but are still up 2-1. Game 4 is on Sunday. This update is sponsored by Green & Sons. Find your next Kubota tractor at Green & Sons, located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville, and online at greenandsons.com.
All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces and cracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
We spend so much time talking about the draft today that I haven't even asked you, gentlemen, what has been the most egregious or head-scratching pick in the first round to y'all? Because I have one.
Is it have to do with an Alabama quarterback?
It does.
Oh, I was wondering.
It does.
I'll tell
when
you,
that came across, when they said the Rams took Ty Simpson, I was like, he gonna be there in the second round.
I mean, right? Look. Here's the thing. I don't think that's an egregious pick necessarily. Here's why I say that. If in 3 years, let's say Stafford has hit the old dusty trail and he's retired and they've let Ty Simpson be the quarterback in waiting behind him for a year or 2 possibly, and then he comes out whenever he does and just plays lights out.
Well,
and he gets the development he needs and all that
plan.
stuff.
He's going to do the they're trying to treat him like Patrick Mahomes, or they're trying to do him like Green Bay did, Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. We're going to get a guy that we're high on. He hasn't played. The big knock on him is the 15-game start.
Of
All
course,
the players that's 15 and less struggle in the league. Well, this guy isn't coming in to play right away. He's going to sit for 1 or 2 years. You're putting him in Sean McVay's offense, which is a cheat code in itself. I mean, Baker Mayfield went there, had 1 day of practice and won the game, Dylan. So there you go.
No, but I don't think it's a bad move. Let's put it this way. If
it's a reach.
Well,
I feel like
here's why I say it's not, is if you told anybody, let's say let's say their scenario plays out, and let's say Stafford retires this year, and next year they go into that. And
he just won the MVP. He going to retire?
I don't know. I'm just saying, let's say he does.
That's a loser's mentality.
Okay. We don't know what anybody's going to do, Tyvis. That's all I'm saying. Is if that's the way it works and he has to start next year, 2020, what am I saying? 2027 season, Ty Simpson starts. And if he's good, then everyone will say, wow, you got your quarterback of the future, your franchise guy with the 13th pick in the draft. Everyone would make that deal. Obviously.
But my issue with it is you could have also got him with the 20th pick in the draft.
That's probably true, too.
You could have traded down. None of these teams, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, well, maybe New York, maybe.
Here's
the Jets might have.
Here's what I'm not going to do. As a fan of an organization that has screwed up the draft so many times, I'm not going to look at an organization like the Rams that's actually won a Super Bowl fairly recently and has been way more competitive than my stupid team has, and sit there and go, yeah, they're dumb. They don't know what they're doing. My team is dumb. They don't know what they're doing most of the time. I'm not going to sit here and throw stones at the Rams when they've actually made good decisions. If anything, it makes me question what my team does. But it's so funny how we do that. We're like, people who look at the crap organizations of the league will look at the Rams and go, that was a dumb move. It seems like teams, yes, they do this all the time.
You the one that told me that you didn't understand why the Chiefs did what they did?
What do you mean?
About trading up. Was that you I was talking to?
Oh, it wasn't me, because I said yesterday, the Chiefs aren't planning on being here next year. They're looking at this as go up and get their guy, whoever they think it is, go get him, and then they're going to be back drafting the 20s for the rest of this next decade. That's what they want to tell themselves.
See, ain't nobody giving up next year's pick.
Nobody did that.
Ain't now one trade.
No, but
the pick from
I'm not.
year.
Some people think that. I don't think that was egregious. I will tell you probably the biggest whiff of anybody. Did you hear what happened to the Steelers with Mekhi Lemon? Did you hear that whole thing?
They was on the phone about
They were
drafting.
talking to Mekhi Lemon. They had the 21st pick after I think it was pick number 19. They called him up and said, well, we don't have to worry because who was it that the Eagles traded with? Who had the pick actually at 20? Was that the Cowboys? Cowboys had the pick at 20, right?
I don't remember.
I think the Cowboys had the pick at 20. And they said, Cowboys aren't drafting a wide receiver.
Yep.
We're getting Mekhi Lemon. Yay! And while they're on the phone, the Steelers are on the phone with Mekhi Lemon telling him, you're the pick at 21. The Eagles swoop in, do an interdivision trade, and steal Mekhi Lemon from out of their lap. Incredible.
I'm glad.
Incredible move.
They did us a favor.
Oh, absolutely.
They did the Browns
I want to see him in the AFC North twice a year. I agree with that.
He would have been the next Hines Ward if that was the case.
I'm telling you, man, that's a pretty ridiculous move from the Cowboys. I know they got picks for it, but like, you're trading with a division rival who's been just as good as you, not just as good, better than you over the last 5 years, 10 years, 2 decades, whatever. Like, they've been, and you gave them.
You know why this happened?
Why?
Because Jerry was looking out for Jimmy. Said, I'm going to do this for you.
Looking out for Jimmy who?
Jimmy Haslam. I'm going to do this for you.
Oh,
because
sure.
He was looking out.
If Pittsburgh get Mekhi Lemon, it's over.
If he was looking out for Jimmy, he would have said, come get this pick and draft Mekhi Lemon. That's what he would have done. But that confirms pretty much what we already knew, that A.J. Brown after June 1st is getting traded.
Absolutely.
Well, that does seem
to the Patriots.
Going back to the Ty Simpson thing, though, in the Rams, I think the only way this move doesn't get criticized is if the Rams have to win the Super Bowl this year, because now it's going to be looked back upon as like, you should have picked a player that could have helped you this year to get to the Super Bowl. You're right on the doorstep the year before. You should have picked a player that would help you this year, a player that could help Matthew Stafford this year, not draft the heir apparent to him, especially like Tyvis said, he literally just came off an MVP season.
Well, hold on, though. I mean, we can't talk out of both sides of our mouths when it comes to the NFL, can we? Because on the one hand, yes, I understand what you're saying. If they go out and get a position of need that helps them get over the hump. And again, that's putting a lot on a first-round pick to say, oh, we had this first-round pick, we're a Super Bowl champion. That's even if the guy is going to be a good player for you, that's not necessarily the case that even with the best first-round picks, they take you from borderline Super Bowl contender to now no doubt Super Bowl champion. I say that's a lot to put on it. But let's go this route too. How can we say that that's a bad idea when literally the entire league is set up around, well, if you get your quarterback, you trade your whole draft to get the great quarterback. You got to get that quarterback right. Everyone talks about quarterbacks being so impactful. Then when someone says, let's get a plan for the next 10 years at quarterback.
You know why?
I don't think Ty Simpson's necessarily that guy.
That's why, right
but
there.
But if they do.
That right there is why.
What's wrong with that?
Well, they let everybody tell it. It's a generational draft next year. And it's supposed to be like 10 quarterbacks that's getting drafted. You could get that guy next year.
And again, you know who thinks like that? The Jets, the Browns, the Cardinals, the just worst teams of the league are the ones who think, oh, but next year we could get our quarterback. The Rams are thinking we're going to be in the NFC Championship game. Why do we want to worry about that? We're not going to be in a position to go pick a quarterback next year. We can get a pick now. That's exactly what the Rams do, as opposed to the crappy organizations who are like, well, maybe in 2 years we could get our quarterback. No, they get their guy now. We hope that we don't ever have to pick we hope we're not picking in the top 20 for the next decade. So, yeah, go ahead and you can all have fun next year with the hypotheticals. We'll get the guy we like now.
Well, that's because the only reason they was picking his house because Atlanta traded, which, by the way, did you see that? Did you see what James Pierce Jr. got?
Oh, okay, we're going way off the rails over here. No,
I forgot about the fact that they traded.
Tyvis has been invested in that story.
Oh, hang on. But
Atlanta,
wait a minute.
You traded to set this up for people who don't know the intricacies of all the trades. Yes,
Atlanta traded
this
pick to the Rams, so they can get James Pierce Jr.
Okay,
they traded this year's first last year,
for
James Pierce Jr.
And he's been embroiled in a bit of a legal situation.
Him and Rickea Jackson was in a relationship. I guess it was ending the relation. They was ending the relationship, and it went messy, very messy.
To put it mildly, yes.
Yes. So, anyways,
Rickea Jackson plays in the WNBA. For those not aware of that whole other part of this, go ahead.
Well, yesterday. He got arrested, and it was a lot of charges on him. It was a video of him being tackled by 7 police officers.
Right.
And everybody said, oh, he's done. He, crashed his car into Rickea's and all of that, and he, truly crashed out is what the kids call
crashed
it.
out, yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, he's done. Well, yesterday, it came out that he will have to go to, what is it, anger management or something?
Some type of program.
Yeah, like an outpatient, like a treatment that avoids jail time. And
he gets no jail time. He does this treatment, and if he completes it, that's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's essentially like what they wanted to give way back in the day to Ray Rice.
Which tells me.
If you remember that. Remember, Ray Rice was going to do a complete avoidance of any jail time.
Yeah.
And again, the video then came out, and everyone had to back off of that because then there was video of him dragging his girlfriend by her hair and punching her in an elevator, and that was the end of his career.
And he you get 10 sacks, man. It's hard to hard to replace that. They had a 10 sack.
We don't know
since John Abraham, probably.
To be clear, we don't know what's James Pierce, right?
James Pierce Jr.
We don't know there's no video of what actually happened between him and Rickea Jackson, right? Did Rickea Jackson did anybody? Did she say, wasn't there a statement from her too?
Yeah, she got a statement out.
And what did she say? I'm trying to remember what it was.
I forget. It has something to do with they had called quits to the relationship, and apparently he didn't want to.
Okay. Yeah, not great. Not great at all. That's, either case, they're going to do some kind of avoidance for jail time with him. And I feel like I could be wrong. I feel like she had a statement out there that said something to the effect of she didn't want to see this go much further than what it already had. Maybe that's wrong.
Yeah, something like that.
In either case, yeah. But this is It's the business of the NFL. There's a lot of
real quick,
an unfortunate situation there for the Falcons.
Last thing about Ty Simpson before we go to break. I told you I think he's going to have a better career than Fernando because of his landing spot.
Now that's some Dan Orlovsky stuff right there. I didn't know he had that coming today. That's all right. That's a surprise.
Tyvis was saying that before, Dan.
What, that he thinks, because he could go somewhere that's like a better spot.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Rams organization, far better than the Raiders organization. Agreed with that. By the way, Raiders, prime example of loser talk organization right there. Morning Breath coming up next, and people should just shut up. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Got a few incidents to report to you right now. The first one's going to be over on the west side. The two center lanes are blocked on that 270 northbound direction just as you're passing Roberts Road. As you're heading outside of downtown, heading southbound, the right shoulder is blocked on 71 South just beyond Greenlawn Avenue. Really not causing any traffic out there, though. Also, another disabled vehicle over in our southeast corner. The right shoulder is blocked on that 270 southbound collector just as you're passing 70 East. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Tom's Garage Door, Tom's Garage Door. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
I started my first business at 12 years old, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I thought I was crushing it until my buddy down the street undercut me by $2. But he didn't just cut the price, he cut corners too. That's when I learned if you do the job right, people trust you, and integrity beats profit. People care more about how you show up and whether you do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we crush it, and we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and the spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Because when you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com. And yeah, we still beat the other guy.
Tom's Garage Doors, Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
It worked once, so we're doing it again. Sign up now for the Fan 5K, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. We're back at Otterbein on Saturday, June 20th. Walk a mile with the Common Man, jog a 5K with T-Bone, or try to beat Tyvis in a 40-yard dash. Tyvis won't stretch, so there's a chance he pulls something. The fun starts at 8 a.m. Saturday, June 20th. Register today and earn a sweet medal, race T-shirt, and a photo op at the finish line. Sign up at 971therace.com. Prepare your tightest running clothes, and we'll see you at the Fan 5K on June 20th.
Coffee, sandwich, hash browns. Tired of the same breakfast routine? Time to refresh your morning ritual with a $6 Tim's Trio from Tim Hortons. It starts with a premium blend of freshly brewed coffee, a hot, savory breakfast sandwich made with freshly cracked eggs, and for a tasty twist, a daily baked donut to sweeten the deal. Ask for the $6 Tim's Trio. Your morning ritual refreshed. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, must ask for offer. Medium coffee only. Terms apply.
BMI Federal Credit Union is celebrating their 90th anniversary all year long with monthly sweepstakes. Get in on your chance to win free gas for a year when you lower your car payment with a BMI FCU auto loan. Apply today at bmifcu.org/gas.
Common Man here for Germain Volkswagen. Right now you get $3,000 over Kelly Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event at both Germain Volkswagen of Columbus and Germain Volkswagen of Westerville. Plus, during Volkswagen Driver Days, interest rates can't get any lower on the 2026 Volkswagen Atlas and the 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan. Available to qualified customers on approved credit through Volkswagen Financial Services. See dealer for full details. Get started now at GermainVolkswagen.com.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Ohio Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Disasters strike, fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. Direct Relief delivers. No politics, no red tape. Direct Relief is a lifeline to people in crisis. So check them out at directrelief.org. And if you can, donate.
Cheetah Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we'll talk Champions Tour with PGA professional David Toms, plus a major on the ladies' side this week. Ron Cyrack on the Chevron from Houston.
Cheetah Green with Skip Mosick. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We will start off the morning with a few clouds and wake up temperatures in the 50s. And then this afternoon, mostly sunny, breezy, and warm with highs in the mid to low 80s. As we go into the evening, we do have a chance of showers and thunderstorms developing. Otherwise, mostly cloudy to cloudy skies with lows around 60. And then for Saturday, isolated chances of showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy to partly sunny with highs in the low 70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. Tyvis says that in all his years being in football locker rooms, he never once looked at another man's junk. He cannot say the same thing about working at this radio station. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Speaking of junk, performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED get in the way. The truth is, most men don't have to live with it anymore. And you may be surprised how the right treatment can improve your love life. Tri-State Men's Health uses advanced medical science to empower male performers with therapies that go far beyond just the pills. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some of those treatments can have you last an hour or more. Yes. Talk about being back. 2 locations located in Columbus. One is in Hilliard, the other one's in Westerville. So call them today and find out why their advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health today. The initial visit is only $99. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. So call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
Sometimes it's better if people just shut up. Shut up! It's time for Morning Breath.
I just want people to know, Dylan and I had a little bit of a Shaq and Kobe moment there where we just we didn't have to say words, just eye contact and stuff happened. It was good. We just looked at each other and made something happen. That was good. I like that a lot, Dylan. Good job, buddy.
You gave him the look, hit the button.
Oh yeah, I didn't have to say. There was just we had talked about it. We had game planned it, but we didn't actually.
Dylan is becoming a great producer.
I'm glad that I'm finally getting
I'm
there.
proud of you. You're growing up right before my very eyes.
Just been in this industry for 10 years, and
that's right. You're getting there.
Glad I'm just now getting to where I need to go.
So, all right, we're gonna play this audio first. This is new Giants offensive tackle Francis Malino, a 10th overall pick last night. He was asked by I forget who was covering this or who it was for NFL Network that put him on the microphone, but said, "What do you want to say to your new quarterback, Jackson Dart, there in New York, the guy you're going to be protecting? What do you have to say to him?"
I'll die about this, man. Man, I'm ready to die for you, man. I know a lot of things has happened, bro, but I'm ready to die for you, bro.
All right.
A lot of things has happened. So the concussions? Is that what he's talking
That's
about?
the thing. It's maybe the concussions are he's you can't have have one, so I got to protect you.
It's stuff like this is why I'm glad that I am not playing anymore. Because could you imagine if I was playing against the Giants and let's say they called a blitz and I got a sack.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would say to Chris?
I know you would have a lot to say about that. Like,
so you must be dead. You must be dead. This your boy?
Oh, this right here. Was that you laying down your life? Is
First
that what you
round pick.
Oh man,
you got to be the biggest bust in Giants history. you let a safety do this to you.
Well, you brought this up earlier. That wasn't it Jedrick Wills who said this too?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not the only
told
one.
Baker,
but
you ain't got to worry about that side or something like that. And I'm just like,
you know what? Just go do it. You know what I mean? I will die for you. How about you just go out and do it? Make plays, and then everybody will be happy. You don't have to say. I just think that's kind of, you're getting paid. Isn't that enough? Do you have to prove it anymore that you want this? You're not actually their first pick. You were their second pick of the top 10, but still, like the Giants wanted you. You went there. I don't know. That just seems a bit over the top. Like, I will die for you. I would not, for what it's worth. I'm just saying, like, I would not lay down I would do everything I could to help anyone that I'm working with. I don't know if I'm going to, like, jump in front of a speeding train. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm selfish. Not a team player.
You're saying you won't die for Tyvis?
I mean, Tyvis.
He wouldn't fight traffic for me.
Exactly. I think you're kind of right on that. Katie Nolan was talking about the draft, and she was on SiriusXM. I'm not sure if this is her show or just a show she was on, but she was asked about what she thinks is going to happen in the draft. This was yesterday. What she thinks is going to happen in the draft tonight.
The draft, I'm trying so hard, and I will pretend to have cared so much come Friday, but I just don't. It's not. There's we are in the thick of it with some sports right now. Like, there's so much sports to consume that getting ready to play sports, I just care so much less about. The draft is like the ultimate pick-me event, is it not? Please choose me. And I'm just like, tell me when the choosing is done. The draft for me, and again, personal opinion, please don't be screaming at me. I'm allowed to feel this way. I'm an adult. It's an email. I do not need to. I'm a man. I'm 40. It's an email. It's a meeting that could have been an email. It does not need my eyeballs. You just tell me who they draft. Awesome. That's the guy from that place. Sick. That's me with the draft. So I don't know what to expect. We'll see. Hopefully something exciting happens. But it's not getting my eyeballs. I'm so sorry. There's so much more sports to watch.
I mean,
was you watching the playoffs?
But there's NHL playoffs, there's NBA playoffs, there's Major League Baseball. There's regular season games going on.
Have you watched the Cavs in the playoffs this year?
I did see last night. They got destroyed by the Raptors. It's 2-1 now.
We had two TVs going.
Yeah.
And I was looking. I said, this is a shame.
I'll tell you.
I want to be clear. I don't think Katie Nolan needs to shut up on that at all.
Yeah,
I agree with her on that. But I think the majority of the internet was jumping all over her on that yesterday. But I don't think they should be, because I actually think that's right. I'm with her. No. I'd rather watch real sports than watch people read names off a card. Sorry, I don't care.
It's a little different for me.
Because you're jealous?
No, because I understand the sentimental value of what's happening, what's transpiring.
Yeah, okay.
I've been in that situation.
Hang on.
So hang on. It's different for me.
Let me ask this question.
I get what she's saying, and I respect it, and I'm not going to dog her for it at all. But to me, I understand.
Let me ask you this question:
what's going on?
Would you rather watch the Oscars or watch a movie that is in the Oscars? I'd rather watch the movie. I don't want to watch the award show, and that's what this is like for me. I would rather watch the movie that exists as opposed to the award where it's announced of what's happening. This is a tremendous moment for all these guys. I don't want to take away from that. They obviously have plenty of people were going to watch that last night. Plenty of people are going to watch it tonight and tomorrow afternoon and all that stuff.
Again,
I'm just saying, if you're asking me, I'd rather watch actual sports than award shows or announcements of future sports. I
agree with you outside of the NFL draft.
No, I'm saying that's where it falls for me. It's I went to
NBA
bed after
draft. It does nothing for it. MLB draft does nothing for me. But the NFL draft holds a special place in my heart.
I get that, but I think that's because for a lot of people being the NFL is the number one thing. I know you're not this way. You you watch every sport. Yeah. You love sports. But there are some people who just all they focus on is the NFL, and that's fine. By the way, I watched the first 10 or 11 picks before I went to bed last night, but I was not going to stay up till 11 o'clock to watch them tell me who the 31st pick in the draft is. I don't care. Like, I'll read that tomorrow. And I got up this morning, read it, and was like, oh, looky there. The Browns got the guy who drops the ball the most in college football. Is their number one wide receiver. Yay! Like, did I need to stay up to be disappointed? No, I knew that was going to happen anyway. So I saw who they picked at 9, as it turned out, because they traded down, and then I went to bed. So
I'm with you, Bone. I got home around 8 o'clock from gymnastics with Gianna. I was like, ooh, perfect timing. Don't need to see any of the pre-coverage.
No, I didn't need any of the pre-coverage.
More talking about who's going where.
Talking about talking.
Yes.
No,
and then I wanted to see the 4 Buckeyes that were projected to go on the top get drafted. And then my girlfriend, who doesn't care about sports at all, was like, do you need to finish watching this? I was like, no, I will open the ESPN app on my phone in the morning and I will see the last 21 picks of this draft. And we watched reruns of Boy Meets World instead, because that was more entertaining to me than watching picks 12 through 32 in this draft.
There you go. And again, if your team is picking in those spots, I get it being more, and my team was at 24, but I didn't need to sit around and wait for that. Like Bengals fans, tonight you haven't had a pick all first round because you traded your 10th pick away. I know Bengals fans are going to be locked in to see what they get in the second round. I'm just telling you, Saturday, I'm not waiting around at all to see what the Browns do in the 4th round and the 5th round. No, get out of here. I'll get the update on my phone. It'll tell me who we pick. I'll be happy or sad or whatever.
By the way, I know we have to go to break. Gymnastics reminded me, I went to 3 different fast food places yesterday, and I want to tell Tyvis something about every single one of them.
Okay, well, we have a lot coming up, because also when we come back, Meredith Garfalo is going to join us. Your weekend, there's a lot of stuff going on in Columbus. She's going to set the weather scene for us, let us know. And she's a Browns fan. We'll find out what she thinks of these picks next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, starting today, lanes will look a little differently over in our southeast corner, just outside of Groveport. We're talking a left lane on 270 in that southbound direction at 33. Now, this is all because of resurfacing and more bridge work that needs to be done. Once again, it is starting today and will be lasting for at least 30 days. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
At ADP, we know you want your landscape business to succeed, but we don't know anything about landscaping. ADP only knows how to handle the business of your small business. So if ADP focuses on the payroll and the HR, while you focus on the land and the scaping, success should follow. Just don't expect us to know all about Kentucky bluegrass, zero-turn cutting, or what to do with a woodchuck. That's for you to figure out. Let ADP help your small business focus on the part of the business you're good at. ADP for small business.
Columbus drivers, Ford is making it easy to drive home happy with special financing that works for all credit situations. At Capital Ford of Columbus, save up to $10,000 off MSRP on remaining 2025 Ford Escapes in stock. No matter your credit, Capital Ford of Columbus has programs to get you approved fast and into any new or used Ford in stock. Don't miss out. These incredible offers end April 30th. Head to Capital Ford of Columbus at 1090 South Hamilton Road today, or get pre-approved at capitalfordofcolumbus.com.
All the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My sinks gurgle, they barely drain. The toilet overflowed. I plunge all day with no luck. What's wrong with this commode?
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain or you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free. Guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Dylan was a fat boy yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Where'd you go? What'd you do? You said you went to 3 different fast food places?
Who does that?
Yes.
Well,
and I knew
you did breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
It was more like lunch, second lunch, and dinner. Pretty much.
So you didn't eat breakfast
I didn't
yesterday.
eat breakfast because you didn't buy me any. So I starved. That's what happens when you don't buy me breakfast.
Good.
But anyway,
drink water.
I went.
I got some right here.
Or do
I'm
what my mother
right
said,
now.
drink your spit.
Your mom said drink your spit?
I used to be like, Mom, I'm thirsty. She'd say, drink your spit.
Wow. Well, that, I guess that would work, I guess, for a little bit.
So I went to Cane's for my first meal, which was around noon.
What'd you get?
I got a 3-finger and I regretted it because I normally.
She asked for a 4-finger.
Oh, man. Why did I not have that queued up?
I know. You should know. That's right.
So anyway, I went there, and normally I'll get the box, no slaw, extra toast, and I was like, I don't need 2 pieces of toast, right?
Mm-hmm.
3-finger, I got it, and I was like, what? These are not fingers anymore. They're chicken nuggets at Cane's now.
Oh,
they're that small.
Is that real?
That's how small
are they doing shrinkflation at Cane's?
Yes, absolutely.
You don't get the sandwich? I get the sandwich.
I've gotten the sandwich before, but I feel like that's like the least popular meal to get at Cane's.
That's why I get it.
10 TV meteorologist Meredith Garfalo has jumped in the studio as well.
Guys, I know I came at the right.
So,
Talking about chicken, I'm starving right now.
Here's the thing. Dylan is in the midst of telling us how he went to 3 fast food places yesterday.
Okay.
So number 1 was Raising Cane's.
Yes.
Apparently they're skimping on the chicken fingers.
Yes, I was.
Stop.
And there was hardly any fries in there. I was still starving afterwards.
That's not good.
Yes.
Where did you go next?
So then I picked up Gianna from school, and she likes Subway. And I think Subway's quality, not great. But she sold me.
Yeah.
This is how you know she's my child, Tyvis. She said, but on Thursdays, it's the sub of the turkey.
I didn't know that was in question.
Yeah, is that a question? We're
constantly
asking until you brought it up.
Got a little Diana Rossini situation going on.
She said, but Dad, I get the turkey sub, and Thursdays, turkey is the sub of the day. How does my 7-year-old know that?
That's what
smart.
I would.
She said it's only
TikTok.
it's $6
that's
for a
probably it,
meal.
yeah.
She knows all this.
Yeah.
So she conned me, and I got it for her. I was like, these are great points.
Good. This
Hey,
is
that's
good.
a cheap date, though.
Right?
$6.
Hey, but I like it that when the kids actually have a reason for what they want, as opposed to just like, I don't know, because like my kids always want to go to a restaurant that's half an hour away. And I'm like, why? And it's like, I don't know, just do. And it's like, sorry, that's not a good enough reason. But if you told me like, hey, it's kids eat free day, then yeah, we're going.
Bring
That's
it
different.
on. All you
So
can
what
eat.
was the third place?
Last place after gymnastics, we went to Wendy's, and I'm here to say the signature sauce at Wendy's, best fast food sauce there is.
Interesting. I haven't had it.
That's a bit of a hot take. It is. It's Friday, but it's
And
a hot
she
take.
also was the one who asked for it. That's my kid. She knows exactly what she needs and wants at fast food places.
All I heard was that you rich.
Yeah,
They don't make stuff at home no more. You know what we had? You know what we had? Look, PB&J's, baby.
That's the amount of times my kids have heard we have that at home. No, we're not going out for chicken nuggets. We have a bag of chicken nuggets at home. We will heat those up in the air fryer. All right, Meredith Garfalo is here. Not a fan of air fryer chicken nuggets, apparently.
I mean, I love the air fryer. Trust me. Been making some really good things in there, especially salmon. Like
I've got to get. I'm so
You need to
scared
get
I'm
one.
scared to do
Why?
it.
What are you
it's an
scared?
air fryer.
I feel like it's not gonna cook it right.
You just have to time it, and if you cut it and it's not, you just put it back in. But
You heat it up,
yeah,
but
for
there's
some odd
air.
reason, I
It
just-
circulates the air
I don't
around
trust
it.
it's healthier, Tyvis.
I don't trust it.
It crisp. You know, here's now
Do you
healthy.
trust a microwave?
Yeah,
No.
right.
No, not really. I'd rather heat my stuff up in the air fryer more
But
than
you
the
don't
microwave.
have an air fryer.
I do have an air fryer.
I thought you said you've never tried. Oh, you're
I've
talking
never
about you never
put
tried.
salmon in the.
I thought you were saying you never had an air fryer.
Oh no,
I was
no,
gonna say,
I use that thing religiously.
All right, because I will tell you, it is healthier to cook with an air fryer, they say, but I don't think it's as healthy when you stick leftover pizza in there to get it heated back up, because that is what I use it for, and that makes some pizza that feels like it just came right from the box,
That's
right
a
from the
fact.
restaurant.
That's a
It
fact.
brings
True.
it right back. So, all right, so let's talk a little weather this weekend,
Now
Meredith.
that I'm starving, thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
you're welcome. Well, this is the wrong show to be on if you're hungry, because we always talk food. But
I know.
so this weekend we have so Saturday we have a couple things, and then Sunday we have a big event as well. But Saturday we have Luke Combs coming to the shoe, and the crew are at home as well against Philly.
No, I'm going to be up in Northwest Indiana this weekend.
Oh, there you go. Is Northwest, is that like
So my
almost
college,
to Chicago?
Yeah, my college is Valparaiso, and I actually got asked to give the keynote for the Great Lakes Meteorology Conference that's happening this weekend.
Very cool.
So I get to go to my old stomping grounds.
See, look at you guys. Look at these accomplished people. I have not been asked back to my alma mater at all,
Well,
which
that
is just
says
a
a
high
lot.
school because I never graduated college, but that's exactly right. So they don't
Hot
want me.
take from me.
Liberty Christian Academy does not want me back there. I don't know why. They just are not a fan. Either way, here's the thing.
Your picture should be on the wall.
No, it should not. It does not need to be on the wall there. Now, so weather-wise,
Yes.
Saturday, how are we looking? What are we thinking?
You know, we might have a few like sprinkles the first half of the day. You know, when it kind of spits and it's not fully rain, but it's not like a downpour. It's just all of a sudden it's gray and cloudy and there's a little bit of drizzle, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
We might have that, but honestly, it's going to be a great day on Saturday. It's going to be cooler in the 70s, so it'll feel a little bit more like it's supposed to for spring.
So Saturday evening, how cool? Are we thinking like 50s? Is that kind of where it's going to
I
be?
would say Yeah, low 50s, upper 40s to low 50s. So it'll be refreshing, but there's no freeze warnings, Tyvis. Don't worry. I got those out of here.
Okay, that's
That was nasty on Monday.
Man.
Yeah. Well, then on Sunday, right? That's the Cap City half. Is that when that is? Sunday morning?
Saturday.
Oh, it is tomorrow. Oh,
tomorrow,
okay. Well,
yes.
I'm wrong.
But
Sorry
Sunday's
about
going
that.
to be the pick of the weekend for me. I mean, it's going to be partly sunny. We're going to have 70s again. There's
No
really no
golfing
rain
for you?
before us. Well, if I wasn't going to this event, I mean, who knows? I could maybe hit like some.
She loves some golf.
I know. I'm obsessed now. It's a lot of fun. The fashion is my favorite part.
How long have you been playing golf? Like, is this a recent thing for you, or
The first time I ever learned was when I was in on Long Island in New York. I actually got asked. It was a celebrity tournament, and it was a bunch of retired pitchers for the MLB. And for some reason, they're like, we need a national anthem singer. And then they're like, do you want to play? So I'm playing with these like 60, 70-year-old retired pitchers. And I was like, this is kind of fun. I like the social event. So my mom got me clubs for my birthday a few months later.
Shout out to Mom.
I know. Mama Sue for the win.
How many times did Meredith just flex during that story? There
national
was a
anthem singer, hanging out with all these retired pitchers, apparently. I also like how it was specific to just the pitchers. Like, should we have the catchers show up? No, screw those guys. They suck. We want any shortstops or second base? No, don't need them. Just retired pitchers.
Just retired
So,
pitchers.
Mary, what did you think of your Brownies in their draft picks yesterday?
You know, we were kind of talking about this when he came on 10 TV. I think it's going to be very interesting because, you know, the issue that we had last season was, I mean, yeah, we had some issues with the quarterback, but you needed that strong line. You need these guys where they have somebody that they could toss to that's going to go for the touchdown. And if you don't have a strong offense, you're definitely not going to win with just a defense.
Yeah.
Well, that's been proven.
If you can't run the ball in the AFC North, that's not going to work. If you don't have an offensive line, you're not going to really do anything. So hopefully they can, with this, I mean, Spencer Fano, is he the guy? I don't know.
He looks like a beast, though. Let's be honest.
Well, and they got the first offensive lineman off the board. So if of the guys that they wanted, all the guys were available, they picked him. Now, I would have rather them taken a wide receiver. They did take Casey Concepcion at 24, but I don't know if you saw this, Meredith. He has the highest drop percentage of all the guys in the first round.
It's like a Cleveland Browns thing. Sorry,
He's
I love
meant
my
for the
team,
Browns.
though.
He's perfect. This is a perfect pick
terrible
for the
to say.
Browns. All right, so tomorrow, weather-wise, for all the events going around in Columbus, should be mostly good if you can dodge some early AM showers.
Yeah, and honestly, the showers are going to be just more an annoyance than anything else. Like, oh, it's raining for like 2 seconds and it's done. Or maybe it's like 5 minutes, a brief shower, and then the sun comes out kind of day.
All right, well, that's good to know.
Yeah,
All right,
enjoy
well,
it, guys.
Enjoy your meteorology conference, being the keynote speaker there. That should be fun at the alma mater. And yeah, we'll talk again soon. Thanks for coming in.
You know I love giving you the forecast, guys. Enjoy.
Perfect. 10 TV, 10 plus. You can see Meredith Garfalo get her forecast there all the time. We will hit the buzzer, do a little crosstalk next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Noticing some major slowdowns over on the west side after a big crash. It's happening right now, 270 in that northbound direction, passing places like 70 and just passing Roberts Road out there. The outer lanes are currently blocked. About 10 minutes ago, we had 3 right lanes that were blocked. Still seeing some delays, though. 4 miles per hour for your speeds. That's not looking good on this Friday. So take this detour instead. 270 northbound to 70 westbound will get you to Hilliard Rome Road. You can take that northbound towards Cemetery Road, then eastbound, back going northbound on 270. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's Austin Ward with a unique opportunity for you. The chance to drop 40 pounds by the 4th with Awaken 180. Fast results, sustainable results, medication-free, and free support for life. 40 by the 4th. This is your year. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Last year, we had 295 trials where we've been offered a total of $90 million on all those cases. When the dust settled, we had recovered over $1.1 billion in verdicts and mid-trial settlements. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. We won a lot, $30 billion and counting. The best part of all those wins is that it helps you when you hire us. All those wins allow us to let the insurance company know we mean business. And believe me, they know who we are. If you've been injured, Google Morgan & Morgan results. You're not bragging if it's a fact. 3 million people tried to hire us last year alone. That happened for a reason. Visit forthepeople.com and let's get started this minute. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
It's 2026, the year you achieve your health goals. The Good Feet store wants to help. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. We want to help you walk, run, exercise, and play in comfort this year. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road in Grove City.
Common Man here for GoGermain.com. I have been telling you about my friends at Germain for a long time, and it's because they bring the goods. And right now, you get $3,000 over Kelley Blue Book on your trade during the Germain Trade and Upgrade Sales Event. Yes, cue the trumpets. Nearly 4,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, plus an extra $3,000 on your trade means your budget goes further. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Get started now at GoGermain.com.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. And that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
A message from Tia Mori, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador.
Game day isn't staged, it's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, preparation means everything. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk, it brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your house, it's for your life. If your job is getting old, it's time to clear the clutter and spring into IT. Go to My Computer Career.
My Computer Career helped me get the skills and certifications I needed to start a new life as an IT professional in months, not years.
Earn the certifications that top employers are looking for right now. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation to see if it's time to spring into IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Common Man and Timmy.
You have to allow me or Ted to spray you with pepper spray.
Oh, God.
Teddy, that's fun for the whole family. That'll play on YouTube.
Common Man and Timmy, afternoons on the Fan. It's sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Tyvis will put anything in his mouth on a dare. All right, almost anything. No, I stand by my previous statement. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Transform your garage floor now with the gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor. If your floor has exposed concrete, stains, and cracks and pits, you don't want that. You can get it all fixed in one day with Comer and Cross. Their pros will come in, take everything out of your garage, put in a gleaming new Comer and Cross floor. It's better than epoxy, better than a paint job. It'll never chip, crack, or show tire lift like those other things. And it can even fix, if you've had a bad epoxy job before, they can fix that with Comer and Cross. When they come in, they'll get it done in a day. And right now they're offering 50% off installation when you call them at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. So get the gold standard in garage floors with Comer and Cross. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, 50% off installation, or go to COMERcross.com.
Joining the program, a man who looks well rested. Uncle Bo. Bo, what's the least amount of sleep you got that you need to function for your job? Because I'm going off of about 3-4 hours of sleep.
I was going to say, because you were on air till what? Were you on air until 11?
11. I got out of there at 11 o'clock. It took me an hour and 45 to get back home.
I think on a one-off, I could do. I mean, I've had to do this like 2, 3, or 4 on a one-off several times. But man, I'm old. I mean, I'm lights are out at 11, brother. We ain't getting on a reg. I'm not getting past that. I'm lights out at 11, up at 6. That's the routine every day. So I don't even know. Like if I was throwing a curveball and all of a sudden got like 3 hours of sleep last night, you're not getting a very good Uncle Bo, I'll tell you that. I mean, that's an average.
Listen,
not everybody's favorite uncle.
Bone got me a Monster.
I did. Well, because
you can't put that stuff in your system. You're smarter than that.
Bo, you don't drink a Monster every now and then? Come on.
No.
Oh, you gotta go. Listen,
nature has its own cocaine. It's called coffee.
Well, that's fair enough.
Nobody drinking no coffee.
But listen, this guy he doesn't like coffee. So I've tried that. I don't know why. He just doesn't like it.
It's disgusting. What do you mean?
Okay, so
why?
pretty easy. Just get a quad shot and drink it like a shot, and it would do the exact same
quad
thing.
Shot. You sound like Starbucks.
No, I don't
know
that.
what that means.
It's 4 shots of espresso.
4 shots of espresso, but it would be
Quad,
tiny.
4.
It would be one sip.
The only shot I'm taking is lemonade.
No, I told Tyvis, because me and my good friend Ryan Day were talking the other day about our favorite Monster flavors. I said, which one do you recommend? And Ryan said,
the whites are good.
Whites are good. So I got him the white, and he's drinking a white Monster, and he's enjoying it. And
Be careful with that drop, by the
way. I don't know what worked.
Yeah, the whites are good.
Sure.
That's enough.
We haven't been careful with it at all.
But where are you with an air fryer? We were just talking to Meredith about an air fryer. You seem like a guy who doesn't utilize an air fryer.
No, I don't. That was one of those things. My wife's like, "This is going to change our life," and she bought it like 2 years ago. I'm going to be able to cook so much more. It's going to be so great. It's awesome. Can't wait. There's an app. Blah 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 blah. The thing sat on a shelf for 2 years. 2 years. The one thing I will say that I do use it for from time to time. Costco has these lightly breaded chicken nuggets that I swear to God are the closest thing I've ever had to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Green and whites. You guys know
the
green and whites. Yes,
the green and whites. They're unbelievable.
They are.
And so those in an air fryer are better than in the oven.
Yeah.
So I will do those and it's quick, right? 10 minutes or whatever. So I'll do those in there, but that's about the only thing I do.
The only other thing you may have heard me saying this is grab the leftover pizza from the night before, toss it in there. It will 400 for 4 minutes. It comes back as good or better than it was when you got it fresh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because
I'll give that a shot.
It doesn't get soggy. It crisps it back up. You get a nice little crunch on the crust. The cheese stays caramel. It's good. I'm
going to break something to you. I really like cold pizza.
Oh, I love a cold pizza.
Not better than
what's wrong with you
pizza.
two?
Not better than fresh, but it's almost an entirely different experience.
See, that's what T-Bone says. He grades his pizza places on the fact that you can eat cold pizza. I'm not a fan.
I do. I weigh it in.
Yeah,
when it comes to if I go to a place and the next day I can just eat it cold out of the box, that bumps that place up in my book.
I don't have a problem with that.
It has to be good sauce on it for that.
That's probably not a chain. Is not, and maybe that's Bone's point. Is some of the chains maybe aren't. It's not going to be as good.
It doesn't hold up at all.
Right. It doesn't hold up. Yeah.
By the way, the chicken nugget brand that Bo was referencing is Just Bear, and you can also get it at Sam's Club and Target now. It's just not a Costco thing.
Dylan has a sponsorship.
A lesson from your old. I was just going to say a lesson from your old Uncle Bo. You don't drop names unless they pay you, brother. They want to come on and make you the official nugget provider of 97.1 The Fan. Perfect. We'll say it all the time, but for now, green and whites works.
Yeah, green and whites is good.
Bo, I will have to disagree, and maybe this wasn't the right strategy. I wanted a Chipotle endorsement so bad at a previous employer. I plugged them for free for about 4 years before they hit me up and started paying me.
And look at that.
4 years?
Yes.
I hope I'm alive in 4 years. Good Lord.
By the way, Bo, I have one thing to ask you before we get into, we hit the buzzer and all that stuff. Yeah. And it involves a tweet from a guy named Ben Koo, who has run.
Oh, I know Ben really well. I've had him on. Yeah, good dude.
Ben's a good dude. Awful announcing, runs a bunch of websites you've probably clicked on and read if you like sports. He posted this about the movie Draft Day. Okay. He said, I find it to be an absurd but entertaining bad movie. However, I put it on recently. My wife had a much different take. Wait, so Sonny Weaver is a Nepo baby in an inappropriate work relationship who doesn't listen to anyone he works with, and we're supposed to root for him? F this guy. It's a solid take. I mean, it's a very solid take in light of recent developments in the NFL specifically. I mean, it's a very solid take.
But isn't that what makes it what it is? I mean, do that exact same thing with Roadhouse.
Okay.
What is the plot of Roadhouse?
You have a guy who has a very checkered past coming to fix.
No, he doesn't have it. Wait. I guess he's Ivy League educated.
Yeah, that's
he's an
true.
Ivy League
Yeah.
educated bouncer who drives a Mercedes SL, who is sought out and hired and known by a guy who runs a bar in the middle of Missouri, whose town is being overtaken by a gangster who has a gang of idiots who drives monster trucks through sides of car dealerships. Like, dude, just sometimes we have to assume that people who make and understand that people who make and pitch these movies are on a lot of cocaine. We just have to say, not everything is going to make all the sense in the world, and sometimes the beautiful mess is the beauty in all of it.
That is true. Yeah, that is fair. That's exactly why we love some of these movies, because they are ridiculous.
It does. I mean, it's absurd, but I find it silly and it's relatively entertaining.
Yeah,
Draft Day.
that's fair.
Yeah,
all right. Draft Day conversation. Anything else we should know about today?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's going to be all draft. That was pretty wild last night. The one thing I'll get into all the Brown stuff in our program, but I would say I thought the 8 minutes was almost too fast for TV.
I loved it because I felt like we didn't have to have 8. We didn't have to have like those super long, weepy interviews. Right. It was kind of like, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? All right, shut up and get out of here. We got to pick the next guy. Like,
but you really couldn't be on social. If you were on social, they were 2 picks ahead.
That's a fact.
They were 2 picks ahead on social, and so if you were on X or whatever, like you had no chance. So it was almost like, okay, too much interviews. Like if we're going to go 8 minutes, it's almost like we got to pass. Like, did we need Reuben Bain interview?
I don't know.
Probably
that's the thing. You talking about
along.
The T-Rex arms? He couldn't grab the mic.
Did you? He was. I never understand guys. He like had a bone to pick with dropping or whatever, and I just never thought. Okay, like the whole world's watching, dude. Maybe now's not the time.
No, probably not. Probably not the time for that. All right, so more draft conversation. Bishop and Friends 9 to noon right here on The Fan. Bo, enjoy your Friday.
All right, boys, take care.
There you go.
Shove it down your throat. It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
All right, I saw this on Bleacher Report Gridiron. They had this. That's and I didn't double check them. I didn't do my own research, but I'm going to say this is probably accurate. That Jordan and Jalen Tyson just made history. Tyson brothers become the first siblings drafted in the first round of 2 different sports. Obviously, Jalen Tyson, if you don't know, is with the Cavs. He was a first-round pick, and Jordan Tyson went 8th to the Saints, making him a first-round pick. They were giving Jalen Tyson updates during the Cavs game, and he said, that's cool. I don't need to pay attention to this game. My brother's getting drafted, so why don't we just abort this game? Let's not think about this game
like
anymore.
Everybody else aborted that game.
That game did not. That was 2-1. Cavs are still leading that series, but they did not have a good game there with the Raptors. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right, that's it for us. Have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend whenever you get to it. We will be back on Monday to wrap up everything with the rest of the draft. That's coming up then. Bishop and Friends are next. T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Watching 2 disabled vehicles very closely for you this morning. The first one's going to be just south of downtown, 71 southbound passing Green Lawn Avenue, where that right shoulder is still blocked. We also have the other one over by the southeast side, just outside of Groveport. We're talking 270, that's southbound collector beyond 70 eastbound. That right shoulder is also blocked.